Welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Today I have a very, very special guest. This woman is the mother of my child, my wife, my best friend, my lover, my everything. Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Moon Morse.
Hello.
So, Mama, before we get into like how we met and all that stuff and the year we met and all the crazy things we've been through together, I want to take it back a little bit so people can learn about you and where you're from. I know obviously you're born in Chicago. Joliet. Yeah. No brothers or sisters.
Nope.
Single
none.
mom.
Yep. Of course.
Awesome mom.
Yes.
So how was it for you growing up, and how did you end up getting into the punk rock scene? Like, how did you find it?
I've heard you ask this question to people over and over, and I started thinking, and I've thought about this in the past. Everybody I know has that one defining moment of so-and-so brought the record to me. You know, my older brother brought the record.
Sex Pistols or something, yeah.
Someone has a story. I don't know. I don't have a story.
Okay.
I don't know what happened, and all of a sudden, I had, it was new wave for me.
Yeah, I saw you.
That
We'll
got
post
me
some pictures of your
into-
hair. You got some wild hair, babe. Got some wild dudes.
To me, I had one other girlfriend in my high school, and we thought we were punk.
Yeah.
And I look at the pictures, and I'm like, we were new wave
Flock of Seagulls style.
people.
Yeah.
But we went to punk shows. We went to the dance club.
Yeah.
All that stuff. And I guess if I thought I was punk, that's what we are.
What year was that? What year? How old were you?
Junior in high school.
All right, junior in high school.
And then all of a sudden, I went from being preppy freshman, sophomore year, listening to Michael Jackson and Prince, to coming back the next year being like, this is me.
Yeah.
Black lipstick.
Goth. Emo goth kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a big mush mash. But I also talk about Chicago shows being a mush mash. I would go see Agnostic Front, and there would be metalheads.
Yeah.
Jocks.
It's awesome.
Punk rockers, new wavers. It was all
mixed.
Everything mixed. It
Yeah.
wasn't segregated until later on.
Yeah.
So, like I said, there was nothing defining. All of a sudden, I just had a Dead Kennedys cassette. Thought it was the greatest thing ever.
And then you started going to shows into the city.
Yes.
Yeah. And you were driving by yourself at that point, probably.
Actually, now I think of it, too. The street I lived in Chicago, my aunt lived on there, too. I moved in with her first, and then I got my own apartment in there. And down the street was this place called The Alley.
Okay.
And it became a giant place years later.
We sell T-shirts and stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the beginning store was in this small downstairs where it was every shirt, kind of like on St. Mark's, when 1,000 shirts packed into one. And I remember 3 shirts for $9.99. And I got a Dead Kennedy shirt, barely even knowing the music.
Nice.
Total poser. But oh my God, that's that place. We gotta go get the shirts. And it's the crazy people are there.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it just happened.
Yeah. So how are you growing up with you in home? I know your dad left at what age?
Little.
How little?
5 or 6. He didn't leave. He got kicked out.
You got kicked out. You never really saw him after that.
Here and there in the bushes, but I didn't visit with him.
Yeah. He was just kind of in and out of your life, kind of popping in and out.
Yeah. He would come in the store I worked at when I was a teenager and peek through the aisle, the other aisle.
Yeah.
Or he would bring in relatives of mine to peek and stare at me. Be and I could hear him that's her.
That's creepy.
It was creep style.
Yeah. I don't know how deep you want to get with your dad. Obviously, your dad did a lot of crazy things and put you guys' lives in jeopardy. And your mom was really tough, and your mom raised you to be a wonderful woman. And your mom's super tough too. And your dad was just kind of not a good dad. I mean, was he? I mean, do you have good memories about him?
No, not really. No good memories. He actually called to see if he could see Max. And he had asked me about similar situation, do you have any good memories? I said, yeah, when you burned that building down, or when you left me in the car to go inside to shoot heroin and nodded out and left me outside in, 20 below weather. So
Yeah,
I actually have fond memories of that because I'm here right now because of those things.
True.
I'm glad he left. I'm glad he left my mom poor. She gets mad and says, she gets bummed when I say we were lower class.
Shout out to you, Kathy.
Because I think she thinks lower class. She equates it with I don't know, blowing your nose or, like she equates it with being a pig.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying she was poor, and I'm glad we were poor because I am save money now.
Build the character. Yeah, you taught me how to save money too. Yeah. You became smart with money, smart with surviving, all
Everybody
that stuff.
I know from youth that had money is struggling now, and all the people I know that were poor growing up is doing well for themselves now.
Yeah.
And I think that's why.
Builds character too.
Sure.
You've had
I
some
have a lot of character.
You've had some crazy times, like any scary moments you can talk about with your dad? Anything that's scary or possibly thought your life could be over? Or
one time, this is kind of funny, is he had a slug bug.
Yeah.
And his family was all in church, front row church goers.
Yeah.
Those kind of people go to church all the time. And he is white guy, long, stringy, brown hair, greasy, kind of like what you think Jesus looks like. This Jesus that we know. And
this one.
we're in church, and he got in a really bad car accident, smashed his slug bug, and the church doors flung open.
Like in the movies.
In the movie. It was like a movie. And everyone turns around, and it was him covered in blood.
Damn.
Looking like Jesus.
And see, people thought it was like the coming of Christ or something.
It was really kind of funny.
And how old were you when that happened?
I don't know, 6 or 7. A
Damn.
lot of the stuff stopped happening around then because my mom it was brought to her attention about the leaving me in the car. And she was like, you're not going with him anymore. I didn't tell her. Someone else told her, hey, saw your daughter in the car. And then they brought me into the party. And then, someone else told.
You went to a party.
Yeah.
Okay.
70s heroin party.
So, yeah, because you were safer in the car actually thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then so you were around drugs at a really young age then.
Yeah.
Drugs and drinking and all that stuff.
Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't go that route.
I don't know if there was drinking, but there was a lot of drugs.
Yeah. So what when they got separated, your dad would take you sometimes, and your mom would mostly stay with your mom, but your dad would take you sometimes. That's when
I was always with my mom.
Yeah.
My dad just probably took me 5 times total, and always was a big adventure.
It's crazy back then. We had no seatbelts in those kind of cars either. It's just kind of wild
stuff.
stuff.
I remember always standing on my head in the back of the car, or like
rolling around,
playing Barbies down on the floor. One of my mom's cars had a hole in the front, so I always had to be in the back.
Like the Flintstones.
You could see the car.
Wow. And then your mom lives near where the prison is from Blues Brothers. That's pretty awesome.
10 minutes from there.
Yeah. And it's cool because our family loves the Blues Brothers movie because of you, and you've taken Max to all those original places where everything was filmed. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like doing that.
So you started going to shows at a young age and experienced the punk rock scene in Chicago. And then you also had a crew called Chicks Up Front Posse. When did that start, and how did that start? Because it's always been like a really manly thing, punk scene. We know that.
Yeah, it was mostly dudes. But like I said, like going to shows, Circle Jerks was my first show. It was like 1,000 people. A lot of
crazy.
There was always like good shows there. And then when it broke off into hardcore, there was a handful of girls that we were like, it was mostly a predominantly boy scene.
Yeah.
We'd go to shows and it'd be like, 200 dudes and four girls.
That's so true.
And it was like a joke, like, oh, hold my jacket, or you're the girlfriend. And there was a handful of girls that were like, we're not the fucking girlfriends, or we're gonna hold your jacket. So we were like, we're going up front, we're gonna go dance, and we're gonna, so we were always, that was it. Some girls I think took it way more serious. And
Chicks Up Front Posse.
Yeah, but it was fun.
It's awesome.
And I'm still friends with those girls today.
Yeah, for sure. They're awesome girls. So and then out there, you just working and living in Chicago and going to shows. And your mom was your mom worried about you when you started going to shows and looking wild and stuff?
Yeah, because I also, I was also a vegetarian, so it was like
that's right.
A small town. I don't eat meat, and I had black lipstick and, Fluck of Seagull's hair. It was like, what the hell's wrong with her? Oh, it's a phase. And then years and years had passed, and I remember my mom saying, everyone told me this was going to be a phase. And I'm like, no, it's not a phase.
It's crazy how our parents now kind of come around to being vegetarian and vegan, but back then it was just so crazy to them. It was so foreign,
Yeah, the day I said I'm vegetarian was on Thanksgiving, And I remember because I refused to eat it. I was like, I'm done. I had quit before that, but that was the day I was like, foot down. I'm not eating this anymore. And then later on, when I became vegan, my mom used to send me care packages in college. And I remember getting like a Planters Cheetos or something and popping one in my mouth and thinking, oh my God, I can't eat this. And that was around Easter. So it was like Thanksgiving, I went vegetarian. And on Easter, I went vegan.
What inspired you to do that?
Being vegetarian, I just didn't like meat.
Yeah.
And that girl I was telling you, Carlin, her and I were both vegetarians. And no, same thing, no
For
reason. I was like,
animals?
I like animals, are cute. Why the hell am I going to eat them?
Yeah.
And then vegan was because I read Diet for New America. Before I was even finished reading it, I was like, I'm not eating this. No way.
Is that when you adopted a cow?
Yes.
Awesome. So what did you want to do when you graduated from school? Because then you went to college in Normal.
Yeah, Normal, Illinois.
What did you want to
I went
do?
for sociology. I went for criminal justice
Uh-huh.
and then switched majors, sociology, and then right out of college, I started bartending.
Yeah.
So, use that really wisely.
But what about air traffic controlling? Because you did really well in that test.
After. Yeah, I did that after because I didn't really want to be a social worker.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, what should I do?
Yeah.
I wanted to be a flight attendant because I wanted to travel.
Yeah.
And they didn't really pay well. So I was like, well, I'll take the air traffic controlling exam, which is
awesome.
The number one stressful, highest suicide rate ever.
I'm sure.
And I passed with 100.
It's awesome.
There was extra credit. Anyway, I got 100 and there was a hiring freeze. And then by the time they stopped the hiring freeze, I was already living in New York and it just wasn't. They also have an age limit on that too. You can't start that later on either because it's super stressful. So
you you started traveling, going to shows too, or like around the area, obviously?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you ended up so let's just get to, then let's get to 1992 when, I'm working with Sick of It All and I come out to DC and you're there to see Sick of It All with your friend Lisa.
I wasn't with Lisa. That was another show after that.
Okay.
But in DC, I think I was with Kim and then Margaret and Daisy lived there, went to go see Sick of It All.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw you.
Yeah, and I was there too. There was a roadie, had a cane, had my head shaved.
I was like, ooh, that boy's cute.
And we met each other there briefly, and then you came to the next show. It was in Ohio.
Was that the same tour?
I think so. Was it a snow blizzard out there or something?
Yes, and I was like, Lisa, you have to see this band. And we drove. It was like a 5-hour drive.
DC, yeah.
And I met Pete, introduced her, and they immediately were like
connected.
Yeah.
So then shortly after that, I met you, and then after that tour, Pete was going to fly out to Chicago to see Lisa, and so he's like, "Want to come with me? You can see that girl Moon." Then we came out, we hung out there, and then she decided that she was going to move to New York for the summer to be with Pete, and you're like, "I'll go with you."
I had talked about moving to California or New York, and I couldn't decide. And then actually doing the air traffic controlling, that was also like, where could I go? Where could I go? And those were two options on my, like they had a check thing.
Yeah.
And Lisa was like, let's just go to New York for the summer. And we did.
And I was like, sure. Did you have a picture? You had a photo of me too?
What do you mean?
I thought you carried a photo of me or something. You took a picture of me in DC.
I don't know
with your smartphone in 1992.
No.
So then we go to Chicago, and then and I see you out there. We hang out. Then you come back to New York, and you move into the city. And as soon as my wife came to the city, she's this really beautiful woman coming to New York City, always roller skating with mini skirts on, wearing grandma panties underneath, and all the dudes just swooped in, like every single person that's going to be on this next season of this podcast. I love you all. They're all my friends, but they didn't know that a lot of those dudes try to ask my wife on dates because she was like the fresh, beautiful woman on the scene.
Well, because there was no girls around.
Yeah.
So it was like, I remember seeing actually two specific guys that I saw during the day. They didn't even barely look over towards me. And then later, the 4 a.m. after work, my hair done, makeup on, and they're like, hey, want to go out? And I'd be like, no, oh my God, that's so-and-so from such and such band. No way.
So we started hanging out. I'd come from being cheated on by Jenny Strickland in Southern Maryland. He broke my heart. I didn't trust any women. So I was kind of a dick to you, kind of playing hard to get, but you still pursued me. And we started just hanging out. And
I tricked you though. Because all those guys that were asking me out, they'd say, "Hey, you want to go out?" And I'd say to you, "So and so asked me out," and you go, "I want to hang out." And then, of course, that night would come around, and there's no cell phones, and you just wouldn't show up or wouldn't call me, and I'd be like, "Fuck, that guy's a dick," and it would happen every week after week, and then finally I was like, you know what? Screw you.
So I was living in Jersey City at the time, wasn't it? And you lived in the city.
Yeah.
And so so we started hanging out, and then on and off hanging out, and then finally I found out you're going to get married.
Yes, because you wouldn't go on a date with me.
Yeah, so Moon was going to marry this guy.
So I thought I'd
Could I say
married.
his name or no?
I don't care.
Yeah, Moon was going to marry the snowboarder named Michael Rankwood. What up, Mike? They were about to get married. Me and you have been really close friends. I remember you and Mike even came to my first stage tour show in 1994. And then I was upstairs in my house in Jersey City, and my friend Stevie G is like, "Yo, man, you heard about Moon?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "She's getting married." I'm like, "What? No fucking way." Like, my heart dropped. I don't even know if I ran downstairs and saw you, but I was like, "No, I got to tell this girl that I love her. Like, she's like my best friend."
And then I thought, "Oh, sure you do." And it's the same thing as all the other dates from prior.
Yeah.
You only like me because this guy likes me.
You might be taken. Yeah, or gone.
Yep. So I was like, forget
But
it.
so anyway, I went and spilled my guts to you, and like, we had messed around, but nothing like the big deal. And so I started like,
not while I was with.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And I started setting my alarms every night in Jersey City, and I would take the PATH train in the city, and I would walk you home from the Palladium or Limelight, walk you back to your crib, then I'd go back home and sleep in my house in Jersey City, just like earning it, like trying to earn your trust.
Yeah, because I was for sure like, "Oh, you're gonna change your mind."
Yeah, so I kept doing that, and then slowly started letting me sleep at the crib, but nothing happened. I got sleep in my clothes or whatever, but I remember like sleeping behind you, like spooning you, getting a boner, and trying to turn over and not be so embarrassed. And I'd be staying at your crib all the time. And then finally, I don't know what happened. Like, oh yeah, then you came out to visit me. Then like I did the tour in 1995, Sick of It All, Civ, and Sick of It All for 6 weeks. And you and Allie came out there to visit, right?
Yep.
And then we came on that tour, and we had been hanging out. And then we finally waited. And I remember we had sex for the first time. We were in Rome by the Colosseum. That was awesome.
Yep.
And we did in the bathroom.
And we went and told Civ and Alley.
Yeah, we broke the toilet in the bathroom too. We did in the bathroom too. And we had waited for so long to like make love, and we did it there, and that was amazing. And so everybody knew we were boyfriend and girlfriend. And you came out on that tour, and then we came back, and I think we even moved in together back then. No, I was still in Jersey City.
Yeah, all of a sudden you just lived with me.
But
I
before,
lived in a 10 by 10 room.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you were there, and I was like used to having a boyfriend that lived across America. And
Yeah.
I thought, "Oh my God, I need space." Like, this room's too small for two people.
And then I remember you came to visit me in Jersey City before we had cell phones, and tell the people what happened. Holland Tunnel, babe.
Well, like you said earlier, I used to roller skate everywhere.
Yes.
And that was when rollerblades were like becoming cool, and it was like signs all over New York that said no rollerblading. That's kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was heading towards Jersey City from Manhattan, and it was a holiday weekend, big parade, and there was cops of every color, like, blue outfit, green outfit, maroon, or whatever they were. There's a point to that. So later on, which way is the Holland Tunnel? That way. So I ride through the Holland Tunnel, but as I'm riding, all these cars are honking at me. And then I get towards the end and I see cop lights. And it was still daytime, but I think like, wow, what happened?
Yeah.
And I get out there and there's 2 or 3 cop cars and all these cops standing out, like waving me over. And I thought, what the heck happened? They were waiting for me.
You can't ride through the Holland Tunnel, you bicycle,
like,
ladies and gentlemen.
You can't do this. And
they're gonna arrest you when you got through the other side, or?
Yeah, they made me go, to the police station.
Yeah.
And the sergeant's name was Lou, and he was like, "I need to, know who you are. Where's your ID?" I'm like, "I don't have an ID. I was just, riding around."
Yeah.
Why do you, do you have a credit card?
Did you have pink hair then too?
Yes.
Oh shit.
So the guy ends up, for some reason I remember Pete's phone number.
Yeah. Pete's Sick of It All, ladies and gentlemen.
He calls Pete's house. Lisa, my best friend,
Yeah.
is there, luckily, because the cop calls. Pete answers the phone. "Who's this?" Pete's like, "You called me. Who the fuck's this?"
Yeah.
And then I guess he said like, "Sergeant da-da-da-da." And Pete goes, "I knew it was you before."
Damn.
I don't know how he knew.
Yeah.
But
we have your friend here with the pink hair in the Holland Tunnel.
yeah, what's her name? And luckily I don't know if Pete knew what my name was at the time, but Lisa said, this is her name. And then they let me go.
Damn. And then
but they had a list of like, all kinds of stuff they tried saying they were going to arrest me for.
You're lucky that you didn't get arrested when you got through the Holland Tunnel, though.
I'm lucky.
But that was true love because you came to visit me. There's no cell phones back there. You're going to surprise me. And
okay, so they let me go.
Mm-hmm.
I get to your house, phone first. You weren't there. So the surprise was on me.
But then you had no money to get back. So how'd you get back? Did they let you go on the train for free or something?
Yes.
Or no? Okay. That's cool they did that.
That's cool.
But I mean, so you went to talk to somebody at the PATH train after you went to my house and just went?
Yeah, I don't know. The cop actually said, like, you can go back. You just this and that. And let me go through.
So then. But
I made a side stop to go see you.
Thank you, baby.
There.
I wasn't home. So then you started going on tour with us too. So, you started
because you had just started.
Yeah.
And when I went with Allie to Europe, that was
95.
like your first tour.
First tour.
And then I was still working.
Yeah.
Doing whatever, and you were on tour with Murphy's Law, and you're like, you have to come with.
96.
I don't want to do this without you. And I was like, it's just a tour. And then, you came up with a job for me.
Yeah. So then Moon started selling merch with us, like in late 96, all the way through, 2000?
So I didn't do 1 or 2 tours, and that was it.
Yeah, so Moon started coming on tour with us, fucking grinding out there, all the Warp tours. I mean, shit, there was crazy shit going on all those tours, and Moon was in the van with a bunch of dudes, like pissing in bottles, and Moon pissing big gulp cups. I remember one time Moon pissing in a bottle and a big gulp cup, and I threw out the window. It splashed all my face. That was fucking crazy. Just like all the crazy tour stuff.
I'm sure there's a ton of wives and girlfriends that go through this, but
yeah, you gotta be built for that shit, though.
Oh, you definitely have to have a different kind of mental capacity for that. But
yeah.
I was always trying to prove that I was not your wife.
Yeah.
On the tour because I didn't want
any favoritism,
anything to be favorite. So when it'd be like, okay, we're in Japan, the crew goes on the bullet train and the band goes on the plane.
Yeah.
You'd be like, you're my wife. You have to come with me. And I'd say, no, I have to go with the crew.
Yeah.
In the van or the whatever. And it was always a struggle. Or, okay, let's put a vote. Who wants to go on to the next city first?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wanted to stay and party. And I'd be like, no, we got to set up merch the next day.
Very professional, babe.
So that was a catch because I was trying to always be a worker. And one summer, I didn't leave the Warped Tour tent to even go to the bathroom for an entire summer.
Yeah, it's hard to separate the two sometimes too, like the wife and then the worker. You know what I mean?
Well, because then your brother was in the band, and then workers and or bandmates that would see me as your wife, even though I was doing everything I could to not be the wife.
Mm-hmm.
That sucked.
It sucked, yeah. And you busted your ass too, Mom. You worked really hard. And I remember Rusty built like this pink merch case, this big heavy ass wooden case for all the merch, and we have to lug that into all the shows.
We could steal
with wheels, yeah, because with little compartments in there. So when you go in the venue, sometimes they would take like 25-30%, and you have to do accounting. So we'd have these secret compartments in this thing, so Moon could
hide it.
We could bring Moon merch all through the night, so she starts adding more merch, so the counts works in our benefit, right? Because then it take a lot of money from us. And then there was when you're out there selling merch all day long in the fucking hot sun.
People stealing from you.
Yeah, you get rage, like some warped rage, right?
Yeah.
And there was a particular time when somebody tried reaching over to your mom and stealing some patches or pins, and Rusty was in it. Tell that story, please.
No, actually, it was on the Warped Tour, and a kid took a CD right off the pink thing, and it was like duct taped down. He ripped it right off. I heard...
Yeah.
And he went to turn around, and Rusty just happened to be there talking to someone and put his hand out like, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought him over to me, and I literally my head flew off, and I punched him, and I felt his nose break on
gnarly,
my hand,
babe.
and it was
crazy,
like,
babe.
I'm not strong. It was just
You're
a lucky
strong,
punch.
Yeah.
And he was way bigger than me, that kid. And the story is, I think it was like Lagwagon or NoFX. They were like, the kid went over to their tent and sat in it with a bloody nose, crying the rest of the day. Like,
all
this
day?
girl punched me. No, my dad's going to pick me up. And I thought, what are you going to tell your dad? You were like dancing because then he's going to think it's unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
Or are you going to say I was stealing and a girl punched me?
Yeah.
Like, that's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah. We had some crazy times on tour.
I always wonder where that kid is, if he still goes to shows, if anything. I always think about stuff like that.
And we don't have to get into too much details, but there was a time on the Misfits tour where there was a fight with some Nazis at our show, and you get in the middle of it, and you end up getting arrested. I had to bail you out $500 that night. That was fucking stressful.
That was not fun. Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah, it was not fun. And then what else happened on that? We had some crazy times on the tour.
I mean, there was a lot of fights.
Yeah, we had to fight when Rusty and those guys fought those bouncers.
Yeah, that was like Fred Flintstone fighting. He was like the whack-a-mole. Rusty would knock a dude down, and the other guy would get up and he'd knock him down again.
So then we got married on tour, baby, 1996.
Yep.
That was pretty amazing. In Bisbee, Arizona, and Tombstone. I think it was at the end of the Murphy's Law tour.
I don't know if you remember this, but because I don't even know if we had a cell phone or not, but Rusty was driving the van, and it was like, okay, we're going to be at the courthouse at this time.
Yeah.
That's it. See you there.
Yeah.
And
no phones.
and it was in Bisbee or Tombstone.
Yeah.
And we were in a hotel getting ready.
Yeah.
And I saw the van go by, and I had on my wedding dress. And I went running out after the van, like, hey, you guys, we're over here. And I think like people were probably like, oh my God, the dude left her. She's running after him.
Oh shit, that's funny. That was an amazing day. It was like your mom flew out. It was Todd Friend, Todd Morse, Rusty, Jerry Waldron. That was pretty much it.
Yeah,
that's it at the wedding. And why did we pick that place? Just because we were into that stuff at the time?
I think we were gonna go to the trailer park.
Yeah, Bisbee, Arizona. Yeah, we stayed in Bisbee
and
for a
Tombstone's
honeymoon.
like 20 minutes from there.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's just get married there.
Yeah, and I think our parents were kind of bummed because we didn't really plan it. We kind of winged it.
Yeah. I think my mom, I was like, hey, I'm getting married. And she was like, what? And I said, bring my wedding dress. Because I had it from the other wedding.
Oh, Jesus. So why do we pick Bisbee, Arizona to go to the trailer park? Is something because my wife loves Airstream trailers, so that just worked out perfect.
Because there happened to be a trailer park that opened, and that was the first year it was open.
Yeah.
And when, we stayed there when we got married, there's a photo of us in their brochure.
There is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And then when we went back with Max, they didn't allow kids, but I didn't know. Remember, we showed up at 3 a.m. and they're like, no kids. And we're like, what?
Yeah.
But I said, like, we're in the brochure.
Can you put that light on? I can do it. And then what was I going to say after that? Oh, we got our wedding bands there for like $14. Talk about those wedding bands.
$12.
$12 where?
I don't know. I think it was in just like some random shop. I remember thinking, because True Romance was, I wanted to get horseshoe rings.
Oh, yeah, from True Romance.
And I'm glad we didn't know because so many people have those.
Yeah, but back then they didn't.
But we couldn't find any rings. We were in LA like the week before that.
Yeah.
We looked everywhere, couldn't find anything. So we got just regular $12 bands.
And we're still wearing them. They say True Romance inside of them.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. So after that, we came back to New York. We had a huge reception at Beauty Bar where you worked, and that was pretty amazing. All of our friends came out, and
I think that's people ask all the time, and they spend so much money on weddings. Yeah. I think that people should always just elope and then have a party.
I like that.
Because then it's like smart. You can invite your friends, and you're not. I mean, people nowadays don't know each other and then get married and need a toaster oven.
Yeah, and don't get married by us either in Vegas because we had a lot of friends that had bad luck with that.
Yeah, that's bad luck.
So then we came back. We got married, and so it seemed to be like there was like a lot of people that were kind of surprised, and because we kind of hid like our hanging out. I definitely got a second chance with you, baby, and I appreciate that. I was definitely scared when I found out you were getting married. You were living downstairs in Jersey City in our apartment. We lived in this place in Jersey City off Grove Street. What are you doing, babe? And Moon's room was like Alcatraz prison cell downstairs with its own bathroom.
I had a twin bed.
And we all lived in this house in Jersey City together. And that's when I got the news. Anyway, that's really rewind there. But it was cool because I started going to all the shows at Palladium and Limelight where you worked. That was pretty amazing. Got to see all the hip-hop shows there, Wu-Tang and Tribe Called Quest and
Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, so many great groups. Who was like the best tipper and who was the worst tipper at that when you worked there, babe?
Well, I had like a little boy that I ended up finding out later. He was like a sugar daddy.
You had a sugar daddy
to
there?
Me, yeah, but he was younger than me.
Jesus.
And his first drink, he ordered a rum and Coke and gave me $100. Keep the change.
Jesus.
And he probably got 4 to 6, 7 drinks a night, and always gave $100.
Damn.
And at that same time, I had another dude doing the same thing, but like $60 plus all the drug addicts and druggy club kid people that were there.
Yeah.
I was charging for water So I was making like, $1,000 a night
Damn.
there
Yeah.
between those. But that boy, sometimes I run into him into 1999. I think when you look at the cartoon character with the bubble above it with the steak, like the guy wants to eat you, I
Yeah.
think he looked at me with the money above his head, like, I gave you all my money.
Oh, shit.
Because I think he had gotten a large inheritance and spent it all between me and one other girl that worked at Limelight, Liz.
Wow.
But her boyfriend was like, dude, quit giving my girl money.
Yeah.
So I got more of it.
That's crazy. So who was a good tipper, though, and a bad tipper in hip-hop? Because so many hip-hop artists came there.
99% of hip-hop tips terribly.
But LL Cool J was good?
He, his handler, I don't know, I served 20
His
drinks
assistant.
to him.
His assistant.
Tipped me $1 after serving 20 drinks. And he said, hey, my guy got you? I said, yeah, you know what? Here, you take this back. You might need it more than me.
He gave him his dollar
and he
back?
looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, he gave me $1. And he looked at the guy and he goes, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then, handed out $100 to me.
Damn.
So he was embarrassed.
Yeah. He said
Slick Rick was
great.
amazing.
Awesome.
Great tipper. I don't know. Albie Shore is not necessarily rap, but
He's R&B.
He would come in and give me $50 every night,
Yeah.
and he'd wad it up like your great grandma and say, "Don't share this with anyone."
Oh, that's sweet. What about, you said Tupac was in there too?
Terrible tipper.
Damn.
Long fingernails.
Damn. That sucks.
Snoop Dogg, terrible.
Back then, yeah, it's 96.
Maybe they were young.
Yeah, maybe they were young. But that was crazy. You've seen so many great shows at that venue. And then you worked at Limelight. If anybody watched that movie called Party Monster, Moon worked there. Well, let's get back to Palladium first, because you had an incident.
I worked there at the same time.
Okay.
All of it. All of them were the same.
All right, so 2 incidents happened. You worked at the Limelight, and that's when the IRS came down on that club and started interviewing people because of all the scandalous shit that was happening with Peter Gatien. You can look up the whole story. It's
I think
everywhere.
because they couldn't get him for the murders.
Yeah.
Or
There's
the
some
murder,
murders under his name,
I think they got him for the IRS. There was 150 bartenders, and only one of all of us paid taxes.
Wow. It's all cash shit, crazy
Yeah.
shit, yeah. So that scary time when they came down on you
Well,
guys?
showed up to work, and it was just doors were shut.
Yeah, look up Party Monster, guys. Macaulay Culkin's in it. It's a
He
true
did a
story.
great job.
True story. And so you lived that. You were around
Yeah.
for all that crazy. Because you worked in different rooms at the Limelight.
Yeah, but the drug dealer, the guy who actually got killed, Angel, he would stand in between the men and women's bathroom, and
Sell drugs.
I drink pop all the time, so I had to go to the bathroom all the time. I'd see him; he was always nice, but all of a sudden he was just gone.
Wow. Yeah, that guy really killed it in that movie Angel, right?
Yeah.
And then what about the incident at the Palladium where you got in trouble? That was really scary, Mama.
Well, working at the Tunnel and the Palladium, it was predominantly hip hop.
Yeah.
And I would get called whitey, bitch, yo, and ho.
Yeah.
All night long.
Yeah.
And some like Guido little boy was pissed I didn't give him a free drink. Hook it up. No. He kept going on trying to get a free drink.
Yeah.
And ended up throwing all the drinks at me that were on the bar. And I was just standing there, just drenched in alcohol and beer. So
disrespectful. Yeah, so degrading.
I jumped over the bar and I hit him one time.
Punch him in the face?
Yes, but only one time.
Okay.
And then the bouncers at that time were like giant.
Yeah, they loved you
6 foot plus giant dudes.
Yeah.
They picked him up like a crane, like poof. And then he just disappeared. I thought, okay, see you later,
threw him out or
dude.
something. Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Don't think anything of it.
Yeah.
The next week I was working. I turn around and the police were standing there. And long story short, the friend pointed me out and said, I remember her. That's her. And I got in trouble. And
did they put you handcuffs right there?
Yeah.
Damn.
And then took me to 5th Street where we ended up living.
Yeah. He been arrested before that?
Me?
Yeah. Growing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
But nothing big.
Okay.
But I ended up, long story, had to go to court for like 8 to 10 months.
It was crazy, man.
And signing a piece of paper saying that I would leave New York City.
I never heard that you had to leave the state. What was that reason for that?
I don't know. Peter Gatien paid for my lawyer, and like 3 lawyers quit. I just had to keep going to court, showing up. And I remember I'd put on that wig, that long blonde wig, like a hat. I was just so pissed because it was always at 8 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy supposedly had reconstructive surgery on his face.
Damn.
That, that's why you never call a girl.
Yeah.
Ho. bitch, yo, or whitey.
That's great. And also, I remember also the incident on the Warped Tour where like somebody came through the back of the tent and tried to grab your butt. So when you're on the Warped Tour, all the tents are connected. It's like you, AFI, all these bands were together. It's like a unity out there, community, selling this merchandise in fucking 110 degrees, wherever. And somebody came by and grabbed your butt and they just set it all. I just remember hearing like this shit like.
Yeah, you weren't there, right?
No,
you were just doing your thing.
Yeah, I think somebody started chasing this guy through the Warped Tour, right?
Yes, he got in trouble.
He got really fucked up.
Yeah.
He was just.
And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, "Put your tents away. Get rid of your stuff. Go." And
hide.
Everyone was like hiding.
Holy shit!
So it was like hide from Kevin Lyman because we know we're gonna be in trouble.
Sorry, Kevin.
Sorry, Kevin.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
And so then we started. We did a lot of tours. Started going on tour buses, and that was a whole new thing for us. Shout out to Marvin. You know those buses.
Yeah.
Your first couple of tours doing
And
buses.
Jeremy.
Did so many great tours on. And I want to say Max was conceived on tour.
Yes.
At first, we thought he was conceived in a bathroom in Germany, and then we realized he was conceived at the Howard Johnson's on Houston Street by Avenue A. I brought Max by there several times to show it to him.
And he says, I was convinced there.
Yeah. Right next to the park where we shot the Ice Cube video. It was a good day, which you were in, Mama. We got to be in cool videos, too. We got to be in the Time Bomb video together in New York.
Yeah, we were just going to say hi to them.
Yeah, check out your butt in that video. We got to be in the Mark Allman video. It's called Out There. And tell the story leading up to this video. Mark Allman is from the group
Soft Cell.
Tainted Love. Yeah.
So he had, side projects galore, and we got asked to be in this video.
Yeah.
And you were playing that night
Coney
at
Island
Coney Island High. And
Yeah.
I remember standing at the back waiting like, okay, come on. And then someone had kicked you in the face
At the show.
on stage. Kicked the microphone maybe, and it went through, your tooth went through your lip.
Gnarly.
And I was waiting for you, and I hear you go, Mama, I'm bleeding.
From the stage.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, God, we got to go. We got to make $75.
Oh, in the video,
like,
yeah.
What the hell? $75, who cares? But so we had to sit in the back of the cab as he was the driver, and we were supposed to act like we were fighting. And I kept seeing him look in the rearview mirror, and he kept saying, like, do more, fight, or make out.
Yeah.
And I grabbed your face and said something to you.
You squeezed my lip or something, yeah.
And the butterfly stitch came off.
Yeah.
And blood squirted out.
Mark Allman was bugging.
And he's like, I remember him saying to the thing, like, I don't know if this is getting serious or not. Like, he didn't know if it was real.
Yeah.
Because I said something like totally ridiculous to you. I don't know. Just to like.
But the way he squeezed my lip and it just popped and blood came out.
Yeah, that was great.
That was a fun time being there.
And then that video, never think anything of it. Years and years and years later, I kept thinking, what was the name of that song? How could I find it? Could never find it until Anthony took him 2 minutes.
That's right. Looked up
and just popped up.
Yeah, thanks to Anthony Moore. Yeah, that was amazing. Being those videos. Maybe we Details magazine together.
Yes.
Just random shit. Yeah, just random. Like you'd walk around Lower East Side and people were like, oh, you guys are cool looking. Let's take a picture or something like that. We have another good story where me and you can tell this story. Me and you were crossing the street. I was with my friends, you with your friends, right on 5th Street and 2nd Avenue. And we were crossing the street, and you had walked ahead with your girlfriends. And I think you guys helped an old man or old lady cross the street, and some DJs came by and said some shit.
That old man actually used to... he wasn't homeless, but he was just always outside that restaurant.
Yeah.
And he's definitely gone now, but he was probably in his 70s at the time. But he had on a pair of Docs, but like a cut, like a big square cut out of it. So he probably had something wrong with his feet.
Yeah.
And I remember you used to give all your coats away.
Totally.
And you used to give pants and shoes and whatever. And
Always.
I said to the guy, what size are you?
My husband's got a lot of stuff
and
for you.
I was like, oh, I'm going to give you some shoes. And some guy said something referring that I was prostituting to him. And I turned around and I don't know, we had an altercation.
You said some shit to him.
Yeah, but then we kind of squared off, and I hit him, and his glasses fell off. And then out of nowhere, the sky, someone flew down, but I only saw their back.
But it was a car that pulled up, yeah.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
And I just see the back, and I hear, don't fuck with my sister. And as you know, I don't have any brothers and sisters. And I thought, what is happening?
Yeah.
And the guy gets hit again. I could see that.
Yeah.
And then the thing he was holding, like one of these kind of things, flew out of his hands.
Like a recording device.
And little do I know, it was John Joseph.
What up?
He picks it up and just gets in the car and drives away.
Yeah.
It was like the most random
Was it 2 guys or 1 guy?
It was 2 dudes, but
He snuffed them both and took their shit, I think.
but I only hit the guy once, and the
Yeah.
other guy just stood there staring. Like,
So John Joseph jumped out. That's my sister. Snuffed them both and took their gear.
Yeah, and then drove away. And you guys were all standing on the other side
No,
of the
I
street.
think we crossed each at that point.
What's happening?
It was fucking. It came out of nowhere, like John Joseph, like a total superhero. That was crazy, Mama.
It was like Spider-Man situation.
And then being on tour was fucking crazy back then because Adam was in his prime, getting drunk. I remember one time Moon came up to him. He was naked in the front of the bus, and Moon grabbed him from behind, grabbed his dick, and spun it around, and he got a boner in front of the whole group of us. He gave him a whip around.
I was facing your brother too, and I think, of course, your brother had to be stoned, but he was laughing so hard.
Were you with me when I met Madonna, babe?
Yes, I was in Madonna's chair that night, and they told me.
Was I on stage?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was
Opening for
waving to you
Rancid.
the whole time, like, I'm sitting in Madonna's seat. And they came over and they're like, you got to get up. She's coming.
So at the Roseland, if you're looking off the stage to the left, there's a VIP section. We're opening up for Rancid. That's when Madonna was sending them pictures and trying to sign them. And I'm looking at Moon, and she's waving. She's pointing like where she's at. I think, doesn't Madonna sit in there one point, or is just you were sitting in her chair?
She did come and sit there.
Yeah, but towards the end of our
later,
set-
I think she went backstage
That's
to
when I met
go
her
meet
again.
everybody.
Yeah, that was fucking surreal.
But you met her also at CB's, right?
Yeah, she remembered me that night.
With
She's
Tom
like,
Coates.
Yep. She's like, hey, I remember you. And she grabbed my arm. That's a whole different episode about Madonna. That's fucking amazing. So let's get to like being married. So then you get pregnant.
Still working.
On the Boxcar Racer tour.
9 months pregnant.
Yeah, not telling the band that you're fucking, because you were vegan. All of a sudden you started craving cheese. So you started eating different things on tour.
Well, because we went from bus. If I was in a bus, it'd have been different. But we were in a van.
Yeah.
And then when you're in a van, you stop at 2 places, Taco Bell
Subway,
and whatever.
Yeah, word.
So I took the tour manager aside and said, please keep this a secret and push the thing for me.
Who only knew?
Jay Parkin.
Uh-huh. Not me?
Think? Well, yeah, you
that's
knew,
right.
you
Yeah,
doofus.
Okay.
But like I didn't tell any of the other people because I was like,
Yeah.
I wanted to keep a secret, not till 12 weeks, but to 16
Yeah.
weeks. So I was pretending I was drinking.
That's right, babe.
Yeah.
Somebody had to
And their
notice
brother
that.
said to me one time, I knew. And I thought, you just made yourself look like a jerk because if you knew, why didn't you help me?
With the gear. So nobody knew you were pregnant. That was the Boxcar Racer tour in 2002. Yeah.
Oh, that was the end. So people knew by then.
Well, yeah, we announced it at CBGB's on stage. That was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
We
That was
were
fucking
with
amazing,
that
man.
band.
I forgot the name on the tour.
Karina's the wife.
Yeah.
She sold merch. It was like a
Mhm.
young girl, and I was always telling her tips and how to
Yeah.
get over
It wasn't
on the
Dance Call
clubs.
Crashers or nothing like that. It was the Boxcar
No.
Racer tour that used. I forgot what was on that
That was
tour.
the last one.
Okay, I don't know what the tour was after that though. And then so I have you on tour with me for like 10 years, and that changed everything for me. I think we got to see the world together, got to travel, it kept the marriage strong, and then all of a sudden we have a baby, and at that point, let's get to New York. So we're living in New York, living all around Lower East Side, living in a small. Remember that one place on 14th Street? There was no windows. We slept all day.
That was worse than a Alcatraz cell. It was like, it was terrible.
There's no windows, so we slept all day because you worked at the beauty bar right next
I had
door.
to be to work at 4, and I'd set the
Yeah.
alarm for 12,
Yeah.
and then I'd change it to 1, and then 2,
We're in that New York nightlife, babe.
and then 3,
Yeah.
and then I'd just get up and go upstairs.
Yeah.
But you were on tour, and
A
I
lot.
remember you called and said, Todd Friend broke his hand. We're coming
That's
home.
right, the Doggy
And I
Dog
was
tour.
like, no, you can't come home. There's no room.
No room for you.
That sucked.
So that was 14th Street. Then we moved over to the one next to the Irish pub, and that was super loud.
That was on 7th Street.
Was the place McDooley's? McDooley's? What was it called?
McSorley's.
McSorley's. So we lived
Everybody
there.
would walk out of the place and then take a couple stumbles and then throw up.
Right in front of our crib.
Right in front of our
Yeah,
steps.
that was not by the Bowery.
And it was by Piss Alley where
Yeah.
Rat Bones lived.
Yeah. And then we lived where else after that?
5th Street.
Then we lived at 5th Street. And we had a small ass apartment there. It was super nice.
But it was giant
yeah.
according to New York standards.
Yeah, the back cover of the FTTW picture disc is taken in our living room floor there. That was fun living. There was a super small apartment, and we could walk to everywhere. It was on a police block. So yeah,
every single tour we left,
yeah.
I would call the people from that store, White Trash, across the street,
Yeah.
and say, "Is our apartment there?" Because the gas stove, like if you looked
bump
at
it, yeah,
it,
you
it would
bumped
go
into it.
off.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I would think, "Oh, I'm gonna burn the house
Yeah.
down."
Yeah. This is the H. Toll story, but I'm going to tell it because I don't want to forget to tell it. But Jimmy was at the apartment with us. We were about to go on tour for like a million weeks. And we just got sponsored by Dickies, and we had they sent us a huge box, but I put on a black trash bag to bring it into the van. I said, yo,
to pass out the everybody
I said,
take that.
grab that bag, bring it to the van. And Jimmy didn't understand me, so he grabbed the plastic bag with all the Dickies for the whole entire year sponsorship, threw it in the trash. We start leaving the city out the Holland Tunnel, whatever. And then I said,
An hour and a half later.
Yeah, you got that bag? And Jimmy's like, what bag? I threw it in the trash. And Russ is like, what the fuck? Because we all love
all free pants.
Yeah, we all have Dickies so much. We were all rocking it back then. So we had to turn around, drive back, and it was still in the garbage. It was so lucky, man.
And
so lucky.
We used to do that thing, like put something in the garbage, and by the time we got one flight up, it was gone.
Yeah.
So the fact that it was still in the garbage was shocking.
We're very lucky about that, babe. So then, we're living in New York, and we want to fucking have a kid, and we want to get out of there,
I didn't think I was like searching out for a kid, but I thought
neither was I. But you always want to go to California.
If I'm gonna have a kid, there's no room for it here.
Yeah,
like
totally.
Rusty built a bed, like a tall bed.
He loft bed. Yeah,
act like we're in college, living in a loft bed.
Totally.
In a 400 square foot apartment that smelled like cat piss from that fucking lady downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I refuse to live in Brooklyn. I don't want to live like on the rim or on the toilet handle. I want to live in the toilet.
I remember you taking me to go see my mom in Rhode Island, and we had all this built up. He had all this built up stuff you wanted to talk to me about. It was like a 4-hour drive to see my mom.
That was when we just got together. You're jumping back.
I know, but I'm just trying to remember all these stories.
I know, but don't make it look like we were together for 10 years, and then all of a sudden I drive you to see your mom, and I just like knocked you out.
Yeah, I'm rewinding a little bit. But I just remember it made me crying in the car all the way there, and you just tell me all the mean shit I did to you. So I'm sorry for that, baby. I love you.
Thank you.
My mom bummed me out.
Accept.
And my mom too. Like my mom never came to my wedding reception in New York, and that really bummed me out for many, many years. That's a whole different subject, but that really broke my heart. I remember
there's a couple friends that say that they were like watching you, like look at the door, waiting for her to show up.
I was crying on my phone when I got the phone call her say she wasn't coming to our wedding. It really bummed me out, and I think I bummed her out too.
It bummed me out more that she went to and paid for both of your other brothers' weddings, and they've been married twice, both of them, but didn't even come to your wedding when it was a car ride away. True. The other ones were both airplanes.
I remember crying outside that she didn't come. I don't know why I even bring this up now, but I bring it because I think I bummed her out by telling her last minute I was getting married and was on tour.
No.
But I don't know. That's a whole different topic, but I don't know why she got changed this whole...
wah.
I was trying to cover all the stuff about me and you and stuff. But living in New York, we had so much fun. You worked all those clubs, all the shows.
When we moved
crazy
to
New York City
California,
nights, dude.
When we moved to California, we were living, Chad lived downstairs, and Chad was going out every single night, staying up till 3 a.m.
Or Detroit Street first, when Adam moved with us.
But here, you would go, why is he at 3 a.m? Why is he up? And I was like, he's 10 years younger than us.
Yeah.
We did the same thing.
Totally.
Like in New York, did we ever sit down and watch TV?
No.
I mean, we went to Seven Alleys every week to watch The Sopranos, but we didn't sit down and watch TV. We were out every day.
Yeah, it's your apartment's too small too. We were always in the streets hanging out, and we'd sleep all day too because you worked at 4 or 5 in the morning. That was fucking crazy. It was just a total different lifestyle there.
Yeah.
And so then we end up, I could never see beyond the buildings of Manhattan, and I always loved East Coast and East Coast in New York, and you had been to California several times, a bunch of times. So let's go to Cali. I'm like, fuck, man, I did not want to go. I was so bummed.
I remember telling you, let's go to California, and you're like, are you divorcing me? I was like, well, if you don't want to come, like, I don't care. Like, I'm going.
Yeah, you really want to. What made you like all of a sudden say I want to leave New York? Like, what was the final thing? Just living on top of each other like rats?
I think the apartment was just starting to like.
Yeah.
This is like starting to suck.
It was really small, man. It's hard living in New York like that. But when you have no kids and stuff, you can do it. And you're, it's just a couple.
Yeah.
But it was really changing and just everything, So then we moved to New York. We moved to California, man. Fucking.
And once everything was packed up, I remember having a panic and looking at an apartment to buy.
Yeah.
And it was equally as small, but you had to walk through this door like
to
Alice
buy
in
Manhattan?
Wonderland. Yeah, it was on 6th Street.
You're looking at a place to buy on 6th Street?
Glenn showed me. Passa's
wow,
friend.
how much?
And it was $642,000, but
Damn.
plus property taxes and assessments.
Yeah, fuck that.
It was astronomical.
Yeah.
But it had this little closet door that you had to walk through to get to the bedroom.
Yeah.
So when you put your clothes there, how did you get into the bedroom?
Totally. That's crazy.
That kind of stuff in New York always wigged me out, like the toilets and the bathrooms in the living room and showers in the kitchen.
All that shit.
That stuff's so strange to me.
Yeah. So we rewind a little bit. You were supposed to come to New York with Lisa for the summer. You never left.
No.
Because you met me.
Yes.
That's pretty amazing, Mama. Thank you. So yeah, now we're out in New York. Did we cover a lot of the good things in New York, you think, babe?
Yeah.
Covered a lot of good shit there?
Yeah. I mean, we could go on forever and ever, but I mean, covered it.
There was a lot of people, though, that, back then were really shocked about us getting married. They couldn't believe it. People were, like, jealous about it, haters about it. And
people put bets on it.
Yeah, but people were betting.
Can we do this, though? I've said this many times, and to people that have put up bets on it, and they just stare me straight in the face, look like they don't know.
Yeah.
But let's make this the very last time, or I want to make it the last time I say it with animosity.
Yeah, but let's not say any names, but go ahead.
Or even as like just done. Okay, we won. We've been married over 20 years. If we get divorced tomorrow, we still won.
24 years.
It's done.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah, we're done. We're done talking about the past and the people who betted on our wedding and all that
because
stuff. Because
they're all divorced 2 times over.
True. Facts.
Or not and unhappy. So
yeah, big facts. So big facts. But
clearly I let go.
Remember the neighbor, the drag queen, the famous drag queen neighbor?
Misunderstood.
Shout out to Misunderstood. Lived in a building above, an apartment above us. That was fucking awesome.
We ran into her. Me and Max ran into her. When we went back a couple times.
Yeah.
Like, oh
yeah.
Yeah. She used to live upstairs.
Yeah.
She lived on the very top floor and could smell that cat lady.
Always.
For everyone that knows, we had a cat lady that lived downstairs.
It smelled so bad. It was
half
gnarly,
the size
man.
of the apartment that we lived in.
Yeah.
And she either had 1 cat or 10 cats. We'll never know. But whenever you're trying to get into the door, the air conditioner would be blowing hot cat at you. Or
disgusting.
And then on like a rainy day, she would spray perfume when she walked out, and it would be like perfumey cat.
Yeah.
Or hot cat. Or
how was it a cat mixed to it?
Oh, it sucked. Cat lady sucked.
Mom, I remember people would fuck you in the streets because you wore the mini skirts and then you had like the granny panties underneath, and you'd be on roller skates.
But I always wore the granny panties so that in case I fell,
yeah.
But
there was several occasions where shit popped off, and I've seen you stomp some people out with roller skates.
I don't know why people think they could just like touch other people though.
Yeah. No, I hear you, babe. In New York City too, it's like the summer. You got a skirt on, you drive.
Oh, it's hot, and then you snap. Someone grabs your butt, and you're like, ah.
Yeah.
Like, why?
But there was crazy situations where you stomped some people with roller skates. It was fucking hectic, babe.
Yeah, me and Allie actually too have chased people down on roller skates.
Really?
Yeah.
After they fucked with you
racing through the city on roller skates. Both of us had pink hair. Like, wow. Like, what did they look like? They had pink hair and roller skates. Like, what kind of idiot did I think I was, like, gonna get away with stuff?
So, now we're in California, and then now you're not touring with me, and now Max, I have a son. So that changed everything. Having Max changed everything for me. Growing up with no dad, becoming a dad, all those emotions. So excited.
When I had Max, though, 10 days after he was born, you went on tour with Hazen Street. Like, you keep talking about, like, hiatus with H2O, but you were on Hazen Street.
True.
And you were gone for 6 weeks, home for 4 days. Gone for 4 weeks, home for a day.
Yeah,
and you were gone I mean, in retrospect, that's the best time to be gone.
Yeah, because he doesn't even know where I am. All he wants is the boob.
Who cares?
Yeah.
But I swear to God, like, I think I was just in a fog or a bubble. But when you come home, I'd be like, here you go.
Yeah. The most amazing thing of having a kid, if you guys don't have any kids listening, is that you're with this woman for such a long time, and then in a matter of 24 hours, all of a sudden, she's no longer just your wife. All of a sudden, she's fucking breastfeeding. A baby's out. We're holding a baby. There's so much emotion. And the next day you leave, like, here you go. Here's your human. Take care. Have a great life. You know what I mean? It's so crazy to watch that transformation for you, Mom, to go from, like, just being my wife to becoming a mom. It was crazy, man. It was really, and guys, I didn't have my driver's license my whole entire life till I moved here.
But I told him a secret that whoever takes you to the hospital gets to go in the room with you.
Yeah.
And I think he thought that was hospital protocol. Like, oh shit, I got to get my license. And so he got his license through this magazine. Jen Niles helped you get it.
Oh yeah, Punk magazine. Yeah, they helped me.
But you were like, oh, I got my license. Now I can go in the room with you.
Yeah, they did a whole thing on me getting my first license at 33 years old. But then I drove you to the hospital, babe.
Yeah. And I
like
thought,
a grandma to the hospital.
Like, oh, man, I'm going to have a baby in the car. You
in our PT Cruiser.
2 miles
Was
an
there a PT
hour.
Cruiser? Oh my god.
No, it was
no,
at Kia.
it was IKEA Sportage. Shout out to Giovanni Reddy. Always made fun of my PT Cruiser. So then we have Max, and everything fucking changes in a good way. People think automatically when you have a kid, your life is over. There was some friends that said, "Yo, you having kids? I'm out." They didn't want to deal with us as parents because
I had so many girlfriends like, "You're not going to have time for me." And I thought, fuck you.
I know. So when you have a kid, they adapt to your life. Like we had one kid, we took Max around the whole fucking planet, and they adapt to your life.
Not all parents do that.
But not all parents do that. But we did it. And so obviously, yes, you lose sleep, all that shit. Everything changes. I became way more emotional. I fucking hate violence. I cried during commercials. I was already a sensitive kid before that. But when you have a child, everything changes, man.
Well, Max was misdiagnosed with hemophilia.
Tell that story, babe. It's a great
So,
fucking story.
The doctor, little did I know, my friend Laura referred me to this doctor, and I didn't know she was like first year out.
Yeah.
And she had to do some kind of residency at some place, whatever. So we go there, and there were so many like false positives, and oh, your kid might have this, and I was like, what do you mean? He's gonna have 4 legs.
Is it because of the bumps on his head when he was born, though?
Yes, but then so then he's born, and she misdiagnosed him with hemophilia.
Damn.
So I fast forward to he can't be on any sports teams. He can't skateboard. He can't get in a fist fight with anyone.
Any of that stuff. He can't drum anything.
A girl can't squeeze his butt because he's going to die.
Anything blood related.
Anything.
Yeah.
And the doctor called and said, I can help prep your house, and, we can pad everything.
That was so fucking scary, dude.
I was walking out into the street.
Like a zombie.
Like leaving the doors open.
Your mom started going to seminars.
She still has more knowledge about hemophilia than almost anybody I know.
We started bugging out. I remember we were fucking a wreck.
I raised money, did 26 miles roller skating.
That's right, for
raise
hemophilia.
Money at the
We were
roller skating
freaking
park.
the fuck out that our son could be living in a padded box his whole life. So fucking scary.
That sucked.
So then what happened, babe?
Well, we took him to the children's hospital, which took
was
4 months to get a appointment.
And it was so sad in there, mama.
That was terrible. If we would have had another kid prior or paid attention, we would have been like, there's no way this kid has it. Because I remember one time you picking him up and bumping his head on like the swing, and I was like, you're going to kill him.
Yes.
And I should have realized, oh, you didn't kill him. He doesn't have it.
Yeah, nobody knew that. Nobody knew that about Max.
But
it's crazy.
That was terrible. He had, instead of most people come out like a cone head from coming in and out of the birth canal, he came out with two things. So we called them Max attacks, remember?
That's right, Mars attacks.
And so he had 2 cone heads on the top of his head, and that
Mars
was
attacks.
like some blood thing. And because you had a blood thing, it was
But I don't think it was because of that, though.
And because I come from hillbilly, it's like, what does people that have hemophilia? Royalty. Well, what does royalty have in common? Inbred. Who's inbred? Hillbillies. And I was like, oh.
Are you inbred, babe?
Yes. My dad's my brother.
Oh my God. So that was really scary about Max. First, we're brand new parents, and we're hearing he's gonna have hemophilia.
Yeah,
that was
sucked.
fucking so scary. But then he comes out, and everything changes, I think, in a sense. And obviously, I started going on tour, and I talk to you about this all the time. That because I went away on tour so much and came back and forth, our whole relationship. You think that's why our relationship's strong? Is that the number one reason?
I think so.
Because you would have left me a long time ago?
I probably would have killed you in your sleep or stabbed you, like, for sure. Because, like, the fact that you go, I want you to come back.
Yeah.
And like, I work now, so when I leave and I come home, like, I know, I just feel like it's made us stronger that you did go on tour. And then also, like, I get to pick and choose now where I want to go.
Yeah, we're lucky to be able to do that.
That is also pretty cool, too.
Yeah, so, like, for people that don't know, when you go on tour, like, everything keeps... My Moon and Max continue their lives. I'm on tour. I'm doing my thing.
We have a schedule.
I have a schedule.
And then you come home like a tornado.
And I'm all jet lagged or whatever I am, and I come dive back.
Hey, look at me, because you work 40 minutes a day, and everyone.
Are you hating?
Yes. No, not about the working,
don't be hating.
but like everyone's like, you're so cool, son. This, and then you come home and like we're like, dude, you gotta jump in our fucking schedule.
No, I know.
But
that's hard. That's why I like that Bono from U2, his wife, supposedly sends him to a hotel for a couple of days to like...
See? He thinks he's Bono.
No. No, come on. You know I'm a humble
Scumbag.
motherfucker. Why are you even saying that about me, babe?
You just said it.
No, I said that Bono gets sent to a hotel. His wife sends him there because
They know.
he can decompress before he goes home from the mental of the tour attitude.
That would be amazing.
You know, and the way I talk to like a sailor from being on tour and all the tip jars we had and for like the swear words and shit. Because it's like it's just different. But people wonder how you can balance it on. I feel like the balancing was, yeah, we had one kid, we can take him on tour. You guys would come when you could. And I was touring while Max was a fucking infant. Didn't even know who the hell it was. All I cared about was your tit, babe. I'm sorry. He just wanted to breastfeed. He could give a crap at that moment. So all that timing worked out for that.
But also when he was real little, like, because there wasn't cell phones or anything.
Yeah.
I would make videos of you and put you on the
that's
TV.
right.
And you'd be like, hi, it's Dada.
That's
it's
right.
Dada. And he would just stare at the TV.
I'm going to cry.
And then remember, he would get sad when you leave. So we would hide the suitcases out the night before or day
That's
before.
right, babe.
And then all of a sudden you'd be gone. But he didn't really, I mean, he's not a moron, but like the time lapse, he didn't really get it. So it would just be like, oh, he went to school and where's daddy?
Yeah.
Oh, he'll be back tomorrow. And tomorrow was like 6 weeks instead of 24 hours.
Was there FaceTime back then too? No?
Nope.
Damn.
No.
Fucking brutal, man. The sacrifice we make for what we do, man, it's crazy, man. We have all the perks of being able to do what we want to and checking with us on tour, you know?
Yeah,
We're very lucky, right? What do you think? What else some other keys do you think are long marriage, Mama?
I think that's the number one thing.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other
You
keys.
got patience,
Me being cool.
Yeah, you're awesome, but you have like.
I don't know where I get patience from because like my mom will always say like, how do you do that? How do you do that? Like,
Well, deal with me,
for
you mean?
example, you repeating. Or you saying something.
Yeah,
I say, well, I
repeat a
don't
lot.
listen to the first 48 times you say something. And then I'll look over and be like, oh, what? And she'll be like, didn't you hear him? What? Like Alex used to say the same thing. So this is going back. Alex.
Yeah, rest in peace, Alex. Yeah.
She would go, how do you do it? And I go, don't listen to him.
How did you deal with me, though?
I don't know.
And why'd you never give up the chase? Did you ever really,
Taking tons of pills.
Did you ever give up on me, like trying to get with me?
What are you talking about?
Like give up the chase? Like, did you ever finally, when you were gonna get married? I guess that was it. But
no, that's not it. Because I told you, like after we were already married, I thought, oh, he's gonna take off, and I'm not necessarily.
Oh man.
Well, I know because I'm not. I don't know what's the word. What is the word?
I don't know.
I'm confident in our relationship.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing that I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna take off.
Go where, man?
I don't know.
Don't you think trust is key?
Look for Shelly Shackley.
Fuck off. Well, don't you think?
Hi, Shelly Shackley.
Well, don't you think trust is like the number one thing we have?
Yeah, for sure.
And there's no relationship that could actually last if there's no trust.
Okay. Trust, communication. And
Yeah.
and then that's the other thing. When you moved into that 10 by 10 room, you didn't ask. All of a sudden you were just there. And I was like, man, you're in my fucking space. And I remember saying like, when you bother me, I'm going to tell you because if I let it, keep it, like build it up, then I'm over it.
That's true.
The way I am, if I don't say anything, I'll let it go. And then I'm like,
Let it
done.
go. Let it
Fuck
go.
you. I hate you. And then
Yeah.
it's too late.
Yeah.
So I remember saying, I'm going to tell you what bothers me.
I
And
remember
I'd be
that.
like, don't this or don't that.
Yeah.
But I think that being communication, and that's so cliche.
Yeah.
That and you going on tour.
Helped. You know what else? Not to be too personal, but we're not really over sexualized people. Me and you. I remember we first started hanging out. Like, it wasn't just about sex. It was about hanging out and loving each other. You know what I mean? When the friendship. Don't you agree with that?
Yes.
Talk on the mic, babe.
Yes.
Because I think their friendship's key to it. But you know, I've only slept with 5 women my entire life. I could name all 5 women, but I'm not going to. But you never told me how many men you slept with. And
500.
I think that's really.
555.
I think it's really crazy. That I don't know how many
5,000.
different men you slept with. I know some of them, but not all of them. You want to tell me all on the podcast?
I'm going to start listing their names out. Are you ready?
No, I'm not ready. But how come a woman can keep all the secrets of how many men she slept with, and how come I already?
You know what's funny about
Yeah.
that?
What?
It's like one of my friends was saying that her husband was always so paranoid and go, did you sleep with him? And like, she'd be like, shit, yeah, I did. You always said, like, did you sleep, like backwards or something? Like, I don't know what my point is.
What's your point? Did you sleep with them?
It's
or
funny
not?
because people be like, did you have sex with him? And it's like, no, I didn't have sex with him. I hooked up with
Yeah.
him or whatever. But for example, when Mike came with me to New York, we went to a show. It was Cro-Mags at Limelight.
Yeah.
And I remember introducing him to everyone. And every single dude I said hi to, I gave him a hug and a kiss. And he said to me like later, whether it was that week or whatever,
Did you
he
sleep
goes,
with them?
he thought I had sex with every single
But the New
dude
York
I
thing was kissing on the cheek.
Right, but he was like, what is going on? She had sex with all these people? And I thought it was hysterical. I was like, no.
Because you wouldn't give it up to me for a long time, a couple years.
No.
Like you made me work for that shit. And I
Yeah.
appreciate that. And then
work
and-
your body.
and then we finally did it, babe. It was awesome. It was wonderful.
Yeah, worth the wait. Ice cream.
And ever since Max came, we cock-blocked everything. We love you, Max.
Cock blocker.
So yeah, any tips we can give people about being married, Mama? And just
No.
patience is a big one.
Yeah,
I think
of course.
Patience is a big one.
Everyone should go
Patience,
on
trust.
tour.
And then also,
Everyone should start leaving.
everybody start a band. But then, Mama, and then we also laugh still together. If you got to be still to make your wife laugh. Do you agree with that?
Sometimes I want to kill you, like really, like grab the nearest knife or the blunt object and smash your head in,
Thanks,
and
babe.
then you'll like look at me and I'll start laughing.
Am I still dreaming? Am I aging well?
Yeah. Hello. Who cares about that?
No,
My point is, you make me
I
laugh.
must ask, am I aging well? I'm looking handsome still.
No.
Am I still the same guy that you saw across the room in 1992?
No, because I didn't know he was a rapper. I probably wouldn't liked you.
What the fuck? Oh, no, that I was French Canadian.
Yeah, that's grounds for divorce.
Or I just found out I was French Canadian.
After
I got
20 years of being married,
Don't
you're like,
hate. I don't hate on Canadians.
French Canadian?
That's my mom. I got my 23andMe.
Canadian? What?
I was supposed to be
French
I was supposed to
Canadian?
be Indian, but my mom fucking
Changed it?
no. She didn't change it. 23andMe told the real
Oh.
truth. So if you knew I was a rapper, that would have been. You think I should have been a rapper?
Or if I knew you had dreads.
That was way before I met you, though. Do you think I should have been a rapper, though, babe?
No.
Wait, my mom thinks so.
Your only rap you have is veggie tea.
Oh shit! But
That's
a
the
rapper.
only rap.
So babe, so what would you say keeps us? What do you think makes a good parent? That's a good question.
You know what?
Why do you think we're good parents?
You know what? I don't know how
Because
to
our
put
parents
this
don't
into
think
words.
so. Our parents don't think so.
Yeah, they think, you
We're
know
the
what?
worst.
Our moms have bonded after 20 years.
Over hating on us.
On hating us. And saying how bad of parents we are and sucky we are.
Because we take our kids to foreign
Get
countries
a
and they're
job.
seeing the world.
How dare you take him
to South America,
to
where
Japan.
I know their kids are seeing the
Okay,
world. Some
South
kids never leave their
America-
fucking countries.
But South America has, people think it's unsafe.
I love South America.
And there are spots that are unsafe.
And so is Chicago. Where you from?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my mom was like, why are you taking him to Japan?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the safest place. That's safer than Beverly Hills.
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Yeah.
But wait a second. You were asking something else. My point is, the second you think you're safe in something, or the second you think your kid's not going to be the one doing the drugs, is the day he does the drugs.
Yeah,
The
true.
second you think your husband's never going to cheat on you is the day he cheats on you.
Motherfucker, but I'm never going to cheat on you.
But why would I be like, he would never?
Because we have trust.
But that's just pompous thinking.
No, it's not. It's fucking real life. I would never cheat on you. In the same fucking...
Listen.
What's wrong with you?
Get a grip.
You're going to be so angry
Sally.
now. Get angry on the
My
show.
point is, you can't ever just be like, oh, this will never happen, because you never know.
But Moon, you know I never cheat on you, right?
Are you sure?
Don't say it on this fucking podcast, you fucking asshole,
Get
man.
over it.
Through better for worse, through fucking everything, we're fucking till life, baby.
Okay.
You're stuck with me. What's your fucking problem?
Wah,
I would never
wah.
do that. But our son is so
I have
amazing.
something to tell you.
My son is so amazing. Like I saw on his IG story the other day, like he did like a poll. It's like kids ask questions: are you bi? Are you trans? Do you like metal? Do you like this? Do you smoke jewelry? He's like, nah, I'm straight edge. And I saw that shit, and I wasn't even supposed to see that, and my fucking heart melted. Like, oh my god, he's just doing that on his page, and it was really awesome, Mama. And just so you guys know, he's not forced to be straight edge or vegetarian. He's never had meat his entire
And
life.
he's not straight edge.
Yeah, he's never tried anything like me. He's just like I was when I was his age. He doesn't claim
I know,
it.
but don't tell him to be that.
I'm not. He just said on Instagram. I just saw it. He knows what it
He
means.
said that.
He
so
knows
you'd
it-
see it, and he's actually smoking weed right now.
I can say this on the podcast and really fucking make up some dumb shit on the podcast. Come on, babe.
Do you have a sense of humor?
I do, but don't say dumb shit. You're the one to put it.
Do
Don't put
you
it,
have a sense of humor?
Yes, but don't put it on the atmosphere. That's silly to put it on the atmosphere like that.
Oh,
Anyway,
sorry.
he can eat meat if he wants to eat meat, but he knows where the meat comes from. We never preached that to him. We just saw the way we were eating in the house, right, Mama? Like he just figured it out himself.
Yeah, he's actually like serious about it.
Yeah, he's fucking really about it, right, Mama?
Yeah, I like it.
What are some other things you could say, babe? Other advice, babe?
I can't say anything because you don't like the
What
way
was
I
some of
think.
the not saying any names, but what was some of the dudes' names in New York that were trying to hit you up? Not their names, but what was their? You said they would say, "Don't
There
go
would
with
be
him."
like one dude from every single band that I love
That you guys all love too.
asked me out. And part of that's like, that's compliment.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like, ugh. That's why nowadays when I meet people, I say, you know, I don't speak English, or, you know, can I get a picture? Robert Smith. I love Robert Smith.
Yeah.
I said to him, I shook his hand. I said, hi, I don't speak English. Can I take a picture? He looked at me like I was crazy.
Why? Because you thought he was going to ask you out?
What if he's a dick? Oh, I don't think he's going to ask me out. But like, you just never know.
Yeah,
I don't even want to have a conversation with someone like that. Like, I like to keep them up on the pedestal.
But didn't some of those people in New York knew we were already hanging out, but they don't get with him? He's not good for you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Put their tongue in my mouth and tried
For
to make
real?
it out. Come on. You
Put
know
your
that.
tongue in your mouth?
All kinds of creepy
That's
dudes.
a Me Too shit, babe. So for the parents out there listening who have, you know, the musicians, moms or dads, and they travel, I'm sure you guys can relate to that taking your kid on a tour, I think, was the best thing we ever done with my son. We got to see the world at a young age. You know?
He's so lucky. And
He's so well-rounded and grounded. Well-rounded and grounded.
Now.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think, like, do you have any idea how lucky you are?
Mm-hmm. He's very lucky,
like,
man.
He's been to Japan twice, Russia,
South
America, all over
England,
Europe.
Ireland, Germany, everywhere. Plays drums with us on stage. 50,000 people in Colombia. Like, it's very cool. We have such a good life, man. And it's crazy because neither of us really had goals when we moved out to California, did we, babe?
No.
Obviously, I was continuing doing the band, but I did other odd jobs and stuff like that. But, like, very lucky to be able to live where we live in this house. And
the reason I do books now is because I was doing it for H2O because nobody
Bookkeeper.
was doing it for you guys.
Yeah.
So it's like, then I started working what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
And the last job that I got at the barracks, the guy that I went 4 times to interview, and he was in a band.
Okay.
And he actually started doing books for his band because
Nice.
nobody would do it.
Yeah.
And so we bonded on that. It was
Mhm.
like, wow, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Except I wasn't in your band.
Yeah. Do you think we never, and one thing about relationship too, but we don't fight. We never really fight. You know, maybe we got more stressed.
Do you want to?
No, but that's one thing too. Like, we didn't really fight. We fight about dumb, stupid things that really don't mean anything. Like, oh, you forgot to shut the fucking drawer again in the thing.
Yeah, but it's still open.
I know, but you know what I mean. Like, just little tedious things.
To this right now, I bet you it's open.
But that's not the. I'm saying we fight about stupid things like that.
Right.
Maybe
Bicker.
maybe got a little more stress when Max was born.
One time, Max was sitting right here, and we were bickering. He said, "Why are you fighting? You're gonna get a divorce." And I looked at him and I said,
"This is not
Max. Nana's husband threw her down the stairs."
Yeah.
And he looked at me, and I felt bad afterwards, but I was
Yeah.
like, he looked at me like, and then later on he goes, Nana's husband? Who? Like, he didn't get that that was my dad. And he was just like, oh my God. I go, that's fighting.
Yeah. And so also, two things to talk about. Remember when Max found out that he was really worried about if there was Santa or not?
Yeah.
It was so hard because he was asking about the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny.
He didn't push Santa Claus because Christmas was around the corner.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to push that, but
because they would get no presents.
Yeah, because he knew. But he looked me in the face and he said, "Is there a Tooth Fairy?" And I said, "Come follow me." And I took him in the house and I opened up the box with all his teeth and it has the dates on it.
Yeah.
And I showed it and he looked at me like, I didn't want you to tell me the truth.
Oh, man.
But at the same time, I was like, I'll tell him this because I don't want him to think I'm going to lie to him.
Yeah.
So you asked and I told you.
I thought it was going to be so bad. I remember one time I had my friend George dress up like Santa Claus and pass by the window at a certain time as Santa Claus. That was an amazing moment, man.
Yeah,
and
that
Max
was
looked out
great.
the window. That was a really beautiful time. Yeah, so Max asking about that, and then the Tooth Fairy. Then you showed him all the teeth we had saved up his whole entire
There was
life.
like, yeah, that was great.
I
still have that box.
Of all the teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, with Max, I think we did a pretty fucking good job. He's a very well-rounded, open-minded kid. I think that's because of the way we raised him and traveling and just our values that we got from ourselves. And obviously, it's never going to be good enough for our parents, but I feel like it's going to make Max a better person.
Yeah,
when
I
he gets into
remember
the world,
actually
you
a
know?
couple Christmases ago, your mom and my mom were standing in front of our TV.
Yeah.
And I overheard them talking shit on us.
Mm-hmm.
And I was about to say, like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? If that's what it takes for you two to get along,
True.
go ahead and have fun.
Yeah. I also think there was a time where Max thought all humans had tattoos because that's all that was around him when he was so young. He thought that was like the normal. And Max has such crazy, amazing uncles and musicians around him. It's
a good mix. Like the New York dudes are like, yo, toughen up. kid.
Yeah.
Like, quit being a little bitch. Quit crying about, like he'd be like,
and then Callie's like,
in California, people like run to his rescue and like, oh, what's wrong? And then New York people like throw him $50. It's like a big, and then, people in Chicago down the middle are almost like perfect.
And then John Joseph, I remember John Joseph teaching Max to throw snowballs at cabs in New York.
Oh, he goes, are we going to get in trouble?
It was so guitar. It was so fun.
And John's like, no, not with me.
This is what we do. We throw snowballs at cabs.
Yeah, that
just
was
like
great.
that sort of tough love from the New Yorkers. And obviously like the people that like Mackie and Travis and people that played drums around Max and helped him. Like he has no idea that people he's surrounded with such good like role models as far as
like when Mackie would sleep over and like they'd be drum talking and like do that, and I'd be like, what's he saying? And he knew.
Yeah.
At a really young age, drum talk.
Yeah, because I never played drums. You can't sing you can't sing to save your life.
I probably would be dead if I had to sing to save my life.
Yeah, you don't play any instruments or nothing, Mama, right?
Not really.
What do you think your best skill is, babe?
Triangle.
Triangle?
Mm-hmm. I have a picture, and I can play the triangle, harmonica, and the tambourine all at once.
Oh, but no, you were gymnastic. You were in gymnastics. You should tell us what we should do. I saw pictures.
Yeah, but I mean.
But you used to do backflips off the top of like a triangle for like how many girls?
4.
Okay.
Like I used to practice.
I thought it was a lot more.
4 highs.
No, that's 4 high. Backflips off that.
Yeah. I used to practice off my mom's garage. Mm-hmm. That's the house she's at now.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's a high garage.
Yeah,
I would do backflips off of it.
Your Chicks Up Front posse, is there going to be a documentary about that or a book or something? Are they working on it?
Vic is writing a book right now.
Okay.
I think it was specifically going to be Chicks Up Front, and then she widened it and now is writing a book about all of it, though. But it's awesome.
What do you think some of our best moments were being married? Besides becoming a parent has been the most amazing thing, but besides like seeing me for the first time in 1992 in DC and like you fell in love with me.
I just think running around in New York being crazy was fun. Yeah. I mean, now we're old.
I know.
And
you're 50 now,
when
babe.
I go out,
babe.
you go out, you stay home, or
I know,
you
I'm
stay,
such a homebody.
Now it's funny because
so
you've always been like that though. Like even
because
I'm
always on tour though, babe. Yeah.
So, but like in New York, I'd go out with my girlfriends, and you'd stand outside the bar, and we'd be making fun of you. Like there he is.
Oh my God.
You'd make up stories about the house burning on fire or the gas on, and I'd be like,
I'd be by you, babe.
I'm coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. Alex was with me then too.
Just hanging out at the bars, hanging out in the streets, going to all the clubs, falafel spot on St. Mark's. New York was such a great time. I remember it was just snow. They'd be covered in snow. We'd walk through the streets. It'd be so
I talked to Paz the other day. I said, sometimes I think about going back. And he's like, you left at the right time. He's like, nobody's there anymore.
We got the best out of New
different.
York. We got the best out of New York.
Yeah. I think I moved there when it was just before it started getting cleaned up. Mm-hmm. And it was good timing.
Yeah.
Like if we stayed a couple more years, who knows what would happen.
Yeah. I know we're going up and down and back and forth, all this stuff, but
it's not a good timeline.
What is it right now?
Like we're jumping all over the place.
Yeah, we're having fun though.
We're
talking about bullying and having kids, dealing with bullying because we've had a couple situations. And the thing about bullying now is not like when you were a kid, like, if Max defends himself or your child defends himself, they get suspended, they get in trouble. If somebody puts their hands on you.
Which is such bullshit. And I remember one time Max, like this was not like, knock on wood, it wasn't like a bully like you think like, oh, their kid was bullied. Mm-hmm. But there were some kids in school that were fucking with him. Yeah. And I was talking to the principal and I said to her, I told Max to punch him hard as he can.
I know.
Right in the face.
I know.
And her face almost fell off. She goes, Moon, you can't say that.
Yeah,
and
I was like, mom and shit.
Yeah,
yes.
I can.
Yeah.
And he's always, to this day, will say, am I going to get in trouble? And I'll be like,
fight back.
Not here.
I know.
Like, no way, Jose.
But the thing about it is, it's like, you're not allowed to, if you tell your parents you're a snitch, if the parents call the school, you're a snitch, and then it gets back to that kid, and then the kid's like, oh, your parents call, then they fuck you up even more. So it's like
it's lose-lose.
They really can't do much about it as a parent.
But I don't know
really
if it's because he went to a charter school and it was like a bunch of like
sheltered.
PC
It was very sheltered, very bubbled.
I'm glad that we moved him into like
a real
when
school.
He asked to go to Hamilton. Mm-hmm. He said, I want
lockers and bullies
and 2 other things, but like he wanted a school. He goes, I don't want to be on the football team, but I want a school that has a football team.
Yeah.
And like his school was in a church and in a office building.
Totally.
And it just wasn't proper school. And he'd go home with me and see how big my school was that I went to and saw like what a real school looks like, or when in movies what schools look like.
Yeah.
He wanted that experience.
Yeah. It was so hard to get him into Larchmont Charter. I remember it was a raffle. But we kept staying on them and emailing. I remember I was like in Switzerland or something. I got the email saying, your son got into Larchmont Charter. I was like fucking crying. It was so awesome because
I thought you were in a car accident when you called.
I was so excited. But you told me, get Max in school. We're gonna go to Chicago. And so I got him in that fucking school. And then we raised money for the school and did a show in New York. We raised like $5,000 for the school. That was awesome. Kind of like changed the game of thinking there because they had all these different kinds of fundraisers. I was like, hey, I went to New York, did a show. Here's some money. Like, holy shit.
They kept talking about it all year.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do. And then finally we're like, here's a check.
Yeah.
They're like, what? Can you do this again every year?
Yeah, so thanks to all the bands who
no.
played that show, Knitting Factory and all of our friends. That was a fucking great night. Raised money
Jake
for
did that, right?
Yeah, raised money
Thank
for
you,
Max's
Jake.
school. We have any other crazy stories, babe? But that's it, pretty much it. We covered a lot of stuff.
You don't have to tell crazy stories.
Any other good loved ones?
I think you should start going out now.
What do you mean?
Because now Max is out. We could go out.
Well, go out tonight, you mean?
No, just in general.
Oh, yeah. Since Max is 16, hanging out with his friends, we can start going and have nightlife again.
Yeah.
It's like a whole new life begins.
We'll be the old people at the bar.
But like when Max moves out in a couple years, it's just me and you again. And so then we start going out again and just reliving our youth. I don't know how it's going to work.
We're going to be old.
But you know what I mean? Isn't that weird how that works?
How is he going to live by himself when it's $2,000 for a one-bedroom across the street?
True. He'll be living with us for a while, thankfully. I'm excited about that. Hey, Tony, if you listen, we're going to build like a little shack in the back so we can practice in there. And
an extension home.
Yeah, and we can practice in there and have it soundproof. We can live in there and fucking have parties in there. Yeah, people always ask me for advice about parenting and shit. We just raise Max with compassion and love. And I don't know. I feel
but
like
there could be parents that are compassionate. Like you see parents at the school he was in when we were more like involved with parents and stuff. You're like, wow, their parents are cool. Their kid's such a dick.
Yeah, but it's
or vice versa. Like your parents are wackos.
We have such open communication with Max. That's the thing. He tells us everything.
Yeah.
Either he's telling you or me everything, and I love that because it keeps us all connected. You know, in that way. You know.
Yeah.
Some things I don't want to know because he's getting older.
Yeah, but you react a little bit crazy, I think. Like you let him know, like, oh my God, why'd you say that? And then he pulls back. I will go like, cool, like poker face, and then turn around and go, holy shit. like his friends that are here today are like, Max, I told your mom that. And he's always like, yeah, no, they're cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Which is awesome.
We're still pretty cool, babe. That's the one thing you want to stay is this, at least stay in the communication.
Yeah, but I don't want to be the parent like, oh, cool. I'm like, my kid can party at my house. I don't want to be that.
No.
No way.
That's not like that. That's too much.
I don't mean that kind of cool. But like, when he tells stuff.
Yeah, we listen.
All the way back to, I don't know, those pricks they hung out with in 6th and 7th grade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They don't ever talk to their parents.
Yeah. No, it's true. We told all the good stories, Mama?
Yes.
We covered everything. Anything you want to touch more?
I'm sure we did not cover everything, and the second we're done, you're going to say, oh, God,
we talked about the Grand Canyon. That's too much. No, I can't do that.
Grand Canyon?
Yeah, your mom.
What are you talking about?
She was going to push your dad in the Grand Canyon.
Oh, my God. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's your story with her.
But it never happened. But
it wasn't the Grand Canyon
Where
either.
was it, babe?
You can't say that on the radio.
It ain't the radio, dude. Sorry, Kathy.
All those people are going to be like.
What people?
I don't know. The relatives are going to listen, and they're going to say.
Okay, it's a fake story then. It's fake news.
Fake news.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, Mom. You told him, not me.
So we figured out that we're together because absence makes the heart grow stronger, and me traveling really helped it strong. Bob, it sucks leaving you and Max, but coming home, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, but you know what? Actually, I want to say something, and it has nothing to do with a question or anything. I feel like a poker face bitch sometimes because when you go on tour, you're always crying like a ninny, and then Max would be crying, and if I cried, it'd be like, what the hell's up with that family? A bunch of ninnies.
Yeah.
So I have to like hold it together and
be
be
the
like,
strong one. I'm sorry,
okay,
babe. Yeah.
Everything's going to be okay. And it's like, wow, she has no feelings. It's not that I have no feelings. It's because.
Have you ever cried when I left?
Fuck no. You know what I mean, though?
I still cry when I leave. I still get emotional. I know it's so hard, babe.
I know, but
I know.
I always feel like I have to be super strong and hold it together because
I'm a weak bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sucks. I'm sorry, Mom. I've always been like that. I mean, just
Do you
leaving.
think your
sucks.
brothers are the same way?
Fuck yeah, they hate fucking going on tour. Todd cries too all the time. 100%. I always talk
wonder
to
if
them.
Kim is the same way, and if she is or not,
Shout out to Kim.
depending on how she would be
Yeah.
with the girls now.
Yeah.
Like
it's
how
hard.
how it changed.
It's hard leaving your kids, but yeah, you always held it down, Mom, and it was the strong one.
But also, I actually started dating you when you were a shoe guy, not in a band.
I was working at Nana Shoes in Prince Street. Shout out to Yolanda, Danica, Christina.
And most girls go after band dudes,
Word.
search them out, hunt them down,
Get them.
and then the second they get them,
You change.
why do you want to go on tour?
You leave
I don't want
me.
you to go on tour anymore.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's true.
And I think, like, what the hell? You signed up for this class.
Word.
That's a totally different.
And I appreciate you always
And
let
I
me do that.
always
Mama.
think of Roger,
Mm-hmm.
because when he was with his first wife, she was with him as Roger.
Yeah.
And then Ignacio and Frank got back together and
Yeah.
started touring, and I thought, wow, that's cool for her because she didn't sign up for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all these girls we know that seek out dudes in bands and then want to try to change them, I guess that's no
I love you
different.
so much. You're perfect. Now change.
That's no different. Yeah, it's exactly that too. There's no
Yeah.
different from people doing that. But
Yeah.
like going after dudes in bands and then not wanting them to tour, it's like that's their job.
Totally. I want to thank you that for always letting me be myself, always to all the different stages in my life, and be in my band and be a big kid and travel the world. And we definitely have perks. I take you as much as I can, so that helps balance the family. But I appreciate like you supporting me, and you came to my first show. I spent like $80 on a cab. You and Mike, the guy you're gonna marry, came to my first show in Bayside, Queens in 1994.
I remember there was a huge fight there that night.
Right
And
after that,
And he was like,
"These are your
what the hell?
friends?"
These people are nuts.
it was a crazy.
First of all, you
riot.
had sex with all those people you introduced me to the other day.
Who did?
That's what Mike's thinking.
Oh.
And then you bring me to this thing out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And there's a big fucking fight. That was
Yeah, but-
fun. And it was like, run, run.
We're all running through the neighborhoods in Queens
Yeah.
after my first
He's probably
show.
like, what's going on with
These
these
are your
people?
fucking friends. Oh my God! Well, you did learn how to snowboard from that. And we still have great snowboards, and you kill at snowboarding.
I snowboarded before I met him.
Where'd you snowboard? What was the craziest place you went? You worked like
Japan wasn't crazy, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like that. New Zealand and Australia was supposed to be helicoptering or heliboarding or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like a big storm. And so I didn't do that. Just went
Yeah.
snowboarding. But these are all professional snowboarders. And it was like me and one other girl. And I remember them going, okay, just chill, like lean back.
Yeah.
And I'd be on the side of cliffs that looked like if I was like to go like one foot
You're
over,
fucking
dead.
Yeah.
And like also like ragdolling all the way down and just like who knows how far
Mm-hmm.
in total like quote unquote powder
Yeah.
and not getting hurt but just fumbling and then all of a sudden standing up riding again but like looking like, oh my God, I could have died.
That's crazy.
And the dudes I was riding with were like, oh cool, man. Like, what?
You in Fiji too, right?
Yes.
That's awesome.
No snow there.
No. What are you doing there? It's hanging.
Yeah, after New Zealand, Australia.
Oh yeah. Fuck,
Yeah, it's on the way home.
So for the listeners listening, what's some advice you'd give to them about relationships besides like join a band? Let's be for real, babe. What's the key to what we have, babe?
Not be honest with like tell the truth, be honest, but like be honest with like every little pet peeve. Just say it in the beginning so it's not like built up, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, we still have little pet peeves about each other. I'm sorry, dumb things we do in the house, you know.
I know, but like shut the fucking drawer.
Yeah. True. Stop drinking big gulps. Yeah, same shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but you gave me a big gulp necklace with diamonds on it.
That was
and
10
then
years
said,
after. That was 10 years after
But then
the
you
fact.
said, "Here you go. Here's a gift.
I enabled you.
Don't do this."
I enabled you.
You like gave me a pack of cigarettes and said, "Please don't
My
smoke."
pet peeve about you is like when I say, babe, we're going to watch this Netflix show. We're going to start binging on this. Get ready. Episode 1, I made popcorn. I make the best fucking popcorn. If you know me, you're my friend. I make the best popcorn. And then I wait for you. Okay, I'll be there 1 second. And then you're like walking all through the house. All the lights are on. You're checking things. Then you start cleaning the floor. Then you start going through files.
Because when I see something, if I'm sitting here, if the sun is shining on like Stella's dog
You see
hair,
a speckle.
I'll start cleaning.
But babe, my pet peeve is like when I want to sit down and watch a show, you're not ready, and just I'll be right there. You're never there. It's like
That's your pet peeve.
yeah, it's a little thing, right? You're not ready for the show. Sit on the couch.
That's
It's pretty bad.
dumb.
Yeah, mine is fucking drawers, like the bedroom drawers.
That's annoying though.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's just trust. I would say this is what it is, ladies and gentlemen: trust, communication, and be funny. Make her laugh. Still, happy wife, happy life.
Have a good penis.
Thanks, babe. Yeah, I guess we're gonna end it on that note. I have a good penis though.
It's cute.
Thanks, babe. Oh God. All right, so this has been the Toby and Moon episode. You have a beautiful butt, by the way, Mom, and the whole world saw it on Instagram a couple weeks ago. So
Let me tell you about that.
all right, tell me.
Okay, first of all, I posted a photo of my own butt.
Naked though.
So what?
So me and Max woke up one morning and we saw.
Listen, no. I woke up to you guys standing over me like it was in a movie, like of the dead person. Like, and Max goes, "Mama, are you on drugs?" I was like, "What the hell?" He goes, "Why did you do that?" And you both were giving me so much shit about posting my butt. But my point is, we have friends that post pictures of themselves all day long.
I know, half naked. I know.
And then they'll go, "Look at my sweater," but it's a picture of their tits.
Okay.
And my point is, and they go, "Oh, I didn't know." My point is, I posted a picture of my butt. I thought it was funny, and you guys lost your shit.
Yeah.
So I took it down.
It was a naked ass, and so that kind of freaked us out.
But I took it down because Max said some of his friends followed me. So
and they like your butt.
I kind of got that. Like, okay, that's fair. We don't want like Moon, the mom from Larchmont, posting her bare ass.
Yeah.
And I did it to be funny.
Yeah.
But fast forward, you post a picture of my butt recently.
Yeah.
I got 650 friend requests.
On Instagram, you
that
fucking
is
creeps.
Disturbing. But this
That's
is the
creepy,
worst part.
babe.
This is the worst. And it wasn't both just guys.
Yeah.
It was guys and girls.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, you have a great butt, though.
But then
You're
2
blessed.
weeks later, you posted like 5 pictures of me. One with Robert Smith. One with Mike Muir. One with Keith Morris. And I got like 60 friend requests. 60 or 70. Like,
let's
that's
get some
a
naked pictures of Robert
difference.
Smith. Naked
so
picture of Robert Smith.
I understand why people do that whole like, here's my boobie.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's totally disturbing.
Yeah, it is disturbing.
650.
But reality is you have a great butt. Where do you think that came from?
My mom.
Cool. That's too much information. But yeah, I have a great booty. Yeah. I guess that's pretty much it. Oh,
that's what we're going to end it on. Not your penis, but my booty.
No, so we made a deal years ago about not getting my knuckles and my hands tattooed. We made a financial deal, me and you, that I have certain amount of money in the bank, which I've had several times.
Never, ever kept your end of it.
But and I had that money several times and never put it in the right account. Long story short, a couple weeks ago, I was sitting at the table. Me and my son hate fucking mushrooms, and Moon's sitting there with a thing of kimchi and shiitake mushrooms, look like fucking snail guts. And she says, "Hey, check it out. You eat all these fucking mushrooms, you can get your knuckles tattooed finally." I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
So he cut them up into more pieces.
Yeah, I was like 9. I made him like fucking double that.
You made it way more than it needed to be.
And so we sat there on IG Live, and I fucking ate every mushroom, but I didn't chew it. I just swallowed them whole like a pill. Ate all the kimchi.
You made it so much longer than it needed to be.
Ate all the kimchi, and after that, now I can get my knuckles tattooed. But you know what? I tried drawing on my knuckles for a whole week. I don't even know what I want. I kind of with the top of my hands. I don't know what I want, but I've been getting tattooed since 1988. I finally...
There's no room left.
She finally says I'm allowed to get tattooed on my hands because of this mushroom thing, and now I don't even know what I fucking want, so...
And the funny thing is that it's been this big joke, like I'm done being tattooed or Moon won't let me.
It's not Moon that we have a deal about my hands.
I know, but my point is I never gave a fuck.
Babe, you really did.
It's just the point of what you said you'd do, and you never did it.
And you always told me to slow down my tattoos.
And you never did that either.
From Chris Garver tattooing at Fun City, like, slow down. Slow down.
And every time we'd go to Jinx Proof, it'd be like, wow, I got 6 tattoos. And I'd be like, you're going to have no room left.
It's true.
Oh, no. I got plenty of time. Now you have like 3/4 of an inch left.
Would you be
your
bummed
whole body.
Could I get a outline of a half moon on the head of my penis? Would that be weird? Would that be weird if I got my penis tattooed?
That's all that's left.
I know, but you just said it was cute, so I don't want to fuck it up. Well, really rough.
You're going to half moon?
What's that? I mean,
because it's not big enough for a full moon?
Wow, that's fucked up.
Come on.
I could do a full moon in your butt if I wanted to too. So yeah, shout out to the Big Gulp community, all the 7-Elevens across the whole entire country. Probably met my wife a million times in there. She's pissed in these things around the country. Yeah, man. Anything you want to plug, Moon?
Yeah, I got some music coming up.
What?
No,
no
plugs.
I'm gonna plug my butt because I've been on juice cleanse for 5 days. How you like that?
I'm gonna plug our taco truck cart.
Coming out.
Veg out. Hamburgers and hot dogs.
Oh, shit, girl.
What's up? Veg out in the truck.
And you can follow Max Maker, MAX_Maker. And where'd you get your name from? Who gave you that name?
A rapper.
What's his name?
You know what? Let me
True
just
story.
say this
Facts.
real quick. I actually have a big pet peeve.
Set it off, girl.
The last 10 years.
Set it off, girl.
I have become Max's mother and Toby's wife. And I've always had a problem with that.
I know, baby. I know.
And
it's
then,
not my fault. I don't call you that.
But in people's defense, when Vic was talking about chicks up front.
Talking to my girl.
When Vic was talking about chicks up front, and I said something about that, like, you know, I've become, I'll go to a restaurant, order food, and they'll say, well, put it under Max's name. I thought, then have Max pay for it. And he's like age 6. I thought, if you don't know my name and you're going to call me Max's mom or Toby's wife, then let them pay for it or whatever.
It's always been like, I'm sorry, babe.
But, what's my Instagram name? Max Maker. So, you know, hey, I set myself up for that one.
Factual story. Who told you should call your Instagram that?
The Game.
Shout out to The Game.
The rapper.
We're hanging out with him. He's like, when we was talking about getting Instagram, he's like, yo, you should put Max Maker. And he names your Instagram. Nobody ever believed that.
Every time we saw him at Runyon, he'd be like, yo, what's up, Max Maker?
Yeah, super good dude. Maybe he has on his TV show. Jumping in the bouncies. That was
insane.
awesome. His TV show, I forget what it was called on BET on his show.
A party with it was like you walked in and you were stoned from all the weed.
So much weed. It was fun though.
And it
we
was
jumped in
a
the bouncies.
bounce house. And there was a bunch
grown
of
men. It
gang
was awesome.
people there.
Yeah.
Jumping, but like looking at us like, who the fuck are you
it
crazy
was cool.
people?
It was cool though, man. It was a good vibe there.
That was fun.
We had some crazy life, crazy experiences, man. Right, Mama?
Yes.
So yeah, I think we covered a lot, babe. Our whole entire lives. I'm sure we're gonna get some questions. Check this out. We want to do a part 2, and this is gonna come out soon. So if you have any questions you want to ask us, I'm actually gonna post about this when I post this Monday. You can hit us up. We'll do a part 2 of all your questions of me and Moon, because I think we covered a lot about our story.
Then we can do like this, question answer.
Yeah. So this episode,
instead of talk.
Let's call this part 1 of Toby and Moon. We're gonna call this part 1. And any questions you have, get us to them the day this comes out, which is gonna be coming out on Monday. We'll get it out then. You can hit me up and we'll answer all those questions for the following Monday to do a part 2. How you like that, Mama?
Look at your thing. Moon's arrested roller skating fights.
I know.
That's psychotic.
No, it is. It's all your shit in there. Like pregnant boxcar racer Tora, Jenny Strickland, John Joseph.
Where's
story.
this girl now? You always mention Shelly Shackley, but
know.
you don't
Who
mention
knows?
her.
Who knows?
She came to one of your shows.
Yeah. Who knows? But we're going to do a part 2. Just hit me with all the questions. I had sex with 5 women my entire life. Moon had sex with 500 people.
555.
I had a weird thing about having sex with women after I got cheated on. I don't have sex. I do everything else to them and not have sex.
That's so stupid.
It was so fucking weird. I don't know why I was like that. I was a giver. I'm always been a giver, right, Mama?
Come on.
Love you, babe. God bless everybody listening. Why'd I say that? Hope you guys have a great evening, and we're going to get back to you part 2 next week. Hit me all the questions. Goodbye. Love you, Mama.
See you later.
Bye. You're so cool. Hey, we're back, you guys. We went and got massages. Sorry to the listeners because last week I said the next season is NYHC Family Tree, but I interviewed 20 people. I still have 4 more to go, and my man Joe Bajan's been going through all of them, checking the edits, checking all each episode. So it's going to take a little while. So instead of going from 1988 to 1994, I want to just jump in with my wife. And we were going to do a part 2, but fuck it. We're just going to keep talking because we've got to cover more things after we got massages. So, Mama, couple things we didn't talk about earlier, too, is that you had this crazy station wagon in Manhattan, and you could double park it. That was pretty amazing. Then you raffled it off. What made you do that?
Double park? You mean parallel park?
Yeah. So what made you and how'd you get rid of that with a raffle?
I bought a car because I had a store on Ludlow, and I needed to shop.
Let's hear about your store in Ludlow. It was a vintage store before vintage was cool. Was it? Or not really?
It was whatever.
So what was your vintage store called?
Charm City.
And it was on Ludlow Street. What year was that?
94.
And so you take the station wagon all around the tri-state area and go shopping?
Yeah, and go shopping.
That's awesome.
Philly, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Connecticut. Whatever. Just around, whatever, shopping. And then eBay started.
Oh.
And I was doing also the flea markets with the car. And then I thought, why don't I have to have a store?
Yeah.
Because it was with 2 girls that were like a little bit like I was in the middle.
Yeah.
Keeping them from fighting all the time. And I was like, I just do the flea market.
Yeah.
And then I started doing eBay.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I could get rid of the car. So then I raffled the car off.
And who won it?
Somebody.
And how much it cost for that?
It was $1 a ticket.
Yeah.
And the person who won, when I called to say, hey, you won this car, he was so drunk when he bought the tickets, he didn't remember buying them.
He didn't want a station wagon.
But then said, what is it? What's the charity go to?
Oh.
And knew, like, you can't do a raffle and just put money in your pocket.
Totally.
Which I did.
Yeah.
So I hung up on him.
How much money did you make on
and
the car?
I picked another one. I think I was even Steven. I bought the car for like $700.
Oh, that's awesome.
Had it for a couple of years and then, did a raffle. And I think I made 700 tickets.
That's awesome. One thing we didn't talk about either was Jersey City. We used to always take your food. So what did you do?
I was vegan and had to go into the city. It was always like a big hassle to go get food.
Yeah.
And you, Todd Friend, your brother, Jerry.
Whereabouts lived there, yeah.
Were just vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime I'd go to get whatever it was I wanted, it'd be gone.
Yeah.
And so I used to take your food and just throw it right in the garbage can.
Thank you.
Pissed. And it was always like lima beans. Who the fuck eats lima
Todd
beans?
Friend.
I was so pissed. I would always just throw it out.
Okay.
One day, I went into the fridge. Something, blueberry ice cream's missing. So I got a milk crate and locked it up.
She had a padlock and a milk crate in the refrigerator, our own refrigerator. She separated like, the different heights it could be, and she shoved it in there and put all the food in and padlocked it so we couldn't get her food.
And then
that
I
was
remember
so slick, babe.
I think it was you that opened the refrigerator and saw it, and your eyes almost popped out. And I was like, "Yep, now you can get another fucking job. So you have to go buy your own food."
That's amazing.
That was funny.
I was going to tell you. Also, we skipped the part where you moved to Seattle.
No, that was kind of the part of like, I'm going to get married.
Yeah, but I know you actually went to Seattle.
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest time.
We used to hang out at Eddie Vedder's house. And you went through Eddie Vedder's records. You saw he had a chain of straight 7-inch. Is that true?
Facts.
Wow. And it was cool hanging out with. He was a nice dude.
Yes.
Cool hanging out in his crib.
Kind of funny is that the guy I was supposed to marry used to say to me, you like Toby. And then when I would go there, I'd say to him, you like Beth.
Oh, his wife.
I ended up marrying you. He ended up marrying his best friend.
Best friends. Yeah.
It was his best friend.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
It's
so
funny
he
how this
ended
shit
up
works.
getting with her after. So I kind of felt bad talking about it. And then I'm like, hey, I don't feel bad. He got with his best friend.
Mm-hmm. Did you like Seattle?
No, it was terrible.
Yeah, it was raining all the time. Depressing.
It was really beautiful after I went back. But when I was there, like, I was by myself in this house. Like, it was cold. And
yeah. Always rainy there and shit.
Yeah, it rained, I think, every single day.
What was I going to tell you, babe, is that, I feel like opposites attract. Because you like, we both like punk rock, but you like lots of oi, you like rockabilly, you like blues. And I was like just hip-hop, punk rock, hardcore. And I remember you took me to a bunch of shows, like Zoot Suit Riot shows, and
we never went to that.
Royal Crown Review, and Big Sandy, and freaking Bauhaus, and all this crazy stuff, babe.
Bratmobile.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all like the Bikini Kill and all that stuff. You turned me on to L7, all that stuff. You opened my mind to that stuff because I really was really into that. But I remember being so bored at some of those shows, babe. Took them for the team.
Yeah, I remember you falling asleep.
Why is your shirt open? Boobs hanging out.
Hey, baby.
It
just popped open.
My wife's boobs hanging out during this podcast. I don't know what the fuck's happening. We're all by ourselves Saturday night. We just got massages.
Listen, you were spacing out at Mercury Lounge, I think?
Yeah, because I got back from I was jet lagged. He brought me to a fucking Zoot Suit Riot show.
And the singer was like, yo, buddy, what's your problem?
Oh, because I was like leaning up asleep.
You
like a junkie
were totally,
sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But it's really true. Opposites do attract. I really believe in that. I mean, you drink big gulps. I drink green juices, You have a big gulp right in front of you.
So?
I'm just saying, like, that's, you're fucking the chocolate bar when we're fucking doing the fucking pet podcast. Come on, babe.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but trying to do a good episode so people like it. So, guys, we're all over the place on this podcast. Like I said, we'll have the New York Hardcore Family Tree one coming soon. That's like 25 interviews. But right now, we're dropping the Moon one. That's why we're talking to you guys right now on this Saturday night. One thing I always thought was cool that I put you on our 7-inch cover, babe.
Yeah, but it wasn't supposed to be me. It was supposed to be Eric's daughter, and then the baby mama got mad or something and pulled the kid at the last minute and said, like, you can't do it. And then I said, I'll do it.
Yeah, it was great, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't like you did it like, it wasn't planned that way. Yeah, it was just like a fluke.
But, like, from the jump, though, I was like, yo, this is my lady. So I've been like, with a woman the whole time I've been in the band, which is pretty amazing, mama. Not give myself a hit in the back, but and no girls ever disrespected. Everybody knew who you were. They respected you. No girl ever crossed the line. You have been married the whole time.
That's not true. People grabbed your doinger when you were on stage.
Yeah, but they're not. They're fans in the crowd in other countries where they did that to me. It wasn't like a girl to show, hey, baby, here's my number. It wasn't like that. I'm saying, but people like in the scene always knew.
I would love to see how you react to that. That would be actually kind of funny.
And I hate strip clubs. And my wife took me to a strip club once. I hated it so much.
He put his hand in the girl's face and like yelled, "I'm married."
Yeah,
which was really, I felt bad for the girl.
Yeah, but I didn't want to do lap dancing and stuff. I'm not into. I hate strip clubs.
I
It's
just
not my
felt
vibe.
so bad for the girl. I was like,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah. Some people keep like their families private and stuff, and from jump, you go on the 7 this is my lady, and then moving forward, so many songs about you, and then like obviously our families are here on social media. We've always just like, I don't know, I always just let people know about my life, I guess. I always been open book, I guess, right? Mama?
I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah, it's weird though. I thought about that just now. And then what's up with your big gulps addiction? Let's get into that. Like, what do you think it is? Because I think it's like the process of going to the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Getting your like drink from the fountain, getting your big cup, your ice.
When I lived in New York, I didn't really drink pop that much because there wasn't 7-Elevens there. Right?
Yeah.
Towards the end, I'd get like a pop.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd drink it at the places I worked out of the gun.
Yeah.
But if I see a 7-Eleven, I'll like cut 6 streets to get over the hump to get into the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
But if it's like a regular deli, I won't even bother.
And is it true that most of the 7-Elevens in Los Angeles know who you are?
Yes. I walked into the one today, and it was the guy I used to tell Max it was his dad.
Uh-huh.
He's a little Indian man.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He's been all over the ones on Wilshire and, 6 or 7, but I haven't seen him in a really long time. And I walked in, I go, oh, my God. Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, Max is going to be so excited. And the lady looked at me like I was nuts. And I said, oh, that's my baby daddy.
Oh, my God.
And she goes, oh, so you're my sister-in-law because that's my brother.
Oh, shit.
And she's known me forever. So she's probably thinking, how do you know my brother?
And some of the homeless guys, ones you have me give them clothes sometimes, they call you mama when they see you.
I know all the people that hang out outside of 7-Elevens.
Oh, all the 7-Elevens. They love you, babe.
All over the neighborhood.
And it's true, you find it, and every day my wife finds a dime. Let's talk about that. You find dimes everywhere you go, every single day. There's got to be something. Google that shit, people. There's something
there was
connected to
one
that.
of my friends Googled it before. I don't know what it was, but every day I find at least a dime.
It's weird.
Not 10 pennies, but a dime.
But sometimes you search it inside, like where the sections of candy bars are on the gum, right by the front
well,
counter.
I mean, like I
look
go to
inside
7-Eleven, so I go there. But
we also find dimes outside always.
Always. Like I found it at a hay rack ride in the hay.
How
like I was just walking and I saw a dime. So it's not like oh, I'm going to look for it in the phone booth.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's a dime.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if I was going to ask you what your daily rituals were, that would be a big gulp is your daily ritual.
Yeah.
You consider yourself an optimist, pessimist, or a realist? What
I'm not answering that.
Yeah, you said you're a realist, babe.
I used to say that like 20 years ago.
But sometimes
sometimes
my positivity make you angry.
Yes.
Sorry, babe.
And you know what I think?
What?
You, out of everybody I know that's like, oh, I'm positive, you actually are pretty positive.
Thanks, babe.
Most people pretend to be positive.
Thank you, Mama. I just don't get nervous sometimes because everything's, I'm such a morning person. You're not. I wake up early.
I don't know when that happened, but morning sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I wake up early, but Moon and Max will sleep to like 12 or 1 on the weekends. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, but who knows what you take naps all the time.
Not so much lately, but Mama, do you have any regrets, babe?
No.
No regrets. Wow.
No, because it sounds so dumb.
My biggest regret. Go ahead.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
I don't have regrets because I was thinking about today. I wish I never left Chicago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Then you would never have met me, babe.
Exactly.
Aww.
So therefore, I don't have any regrets.
Okay.
Come on, give it up. What's your regret? Wow, that's
what?
Why you asked like you cared about what mine was.
I do, babe.
But you don't care. You just want to say your own.
No, I won't even say mine then.
So you have.
I won't even say mine then. But babe,
you have one.
I'm just gonna say this, but you wish you never left Chicago. Wow, would have been life would have been so different, dude. How could you even say that, babe? You wouldn't have met me and had Max.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Like I think like, oh, I wish I could get a house there. My grandma's there. My mom's there.
Yeah.
But
that's some hometown shit. Never leave your home and shit.
Every time I go to Chicago, how long does it take me to acclimate back?
Long time. It's freezing there. It's
every time
nuts.
I go.
Yeah.
I call Roman and he's like, "You're bummed, huh?"
What do you mean when you get there?
Like when I'm at the airport, I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to leave."
Oh, you don't when you want to leave? Fucking yeah. And what do you think about if Max wants to pursue music?
What do you mean?
Like do it for a living and shit, like Daddy does.
I mean, he already does.
Does do music for a living?
No, he already wants to.
I know, so that's we're gonna. I mean, we support anything Max wants to do, but
Well, I mean, what are we gonna do? Make him get a job at the grocery store?
no,
You don't have a job at the grocery store.
no. It's interesting. We would tell Max, you know, he's just gonna graduate, he's gonna pass, get the grades, and get out. Because I was just like that in school. Did you like school, Mama, or no?
Yeah, I mean, I was an only child.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to what you were saying earlier about like how I got into punk.
Yeah.
I was an only child, and all the things that I was like, you know, single mom, low income, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
All these things didn't have any effect on why I got into punk, even
Yeah.
though you'd think like, oh, that's
Rebel
what it
against
is.
your parents. Yeah, you loved
Like-
your mom. Your mom was awesome.
All the chicks up front girls, they all had mom and dads.
Yeah.
All my friends growing in grade school and in high school,
Yeah.
they all had mom and dads, brothers and sisters. I
Yeah.
was the anomaly
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
And what was the question?
You just brought something up I said earlier that about your exposure to punk and what made you go that
I know,
route.
but what
Yeah.
did you say that before that about?
I was talking about regrets before. You said you had no regrets.
I don't know.
Opposite attracts.
Nope.
Before that. Oh, Max wanted to pursue music.
Yeah, something else though. I mean, it was about that, but
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know.
pursuing music. We'll let Max do that now. He's not going to go work at the 7-Eleven. He's going to try to be a musician. We support anything he wants to do. And he's got to graduate. He's got to get grades. He's gotta
Oh
get
yeah,
out of
that's
school.
why about you liking school.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
I've told Max this since kindergarten. You're an only child, and you have to go to school because you have to go to school. But
Totally.
at the same time, like I liked it because it's like that's where my friends were.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my point was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you go to school, your friends are there.
Yeah.
And I didn't hate it. I wasn't bad at it. I wasn't good at it.
Yeah. But Max, in the sense, he's like me, where the stuff I really love, I focus on. The stuff I don't, I didn't. I was having some rough time in those classes. It's not about being smart. It's about just wanting to be there and paying attention, you know, and like enjoying it. Because that's the easiest time his life's going to be in school. No responsibilities. Just go to school every day. You know what I mean? Like no job.
Yeah, you
and
just have to show up.
yeah. So we just told Max, you know what? Just don't get no D's or F's. Just get C's, whatever. We want you to pass.
I've said that
and
since
graduate.
the beginning, and like teachers look at me like I have horns,
Yeah.
thinking, "Wow, low standards." And
No.
I'm like, it's not about that. It's just like, just don't be a dick.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like,
just be
you
a good
have
kid.
to get A's.
I know. Because my mom wasn't like that to me. Was your mom like that?
No,
No. Just get out, enjoy it, and, you know, while you're in school, it's only 4 years. You got 2 more years left, you know?
but my mom's shocked. Like she's like, I never sat down and did homework with you. Like there
How we
wasn't
do it, Max,
all
yeah.
this homework.
Yeah,
Like
it's so much
I mean, we
homework.
don't now, but like because we can't do it now.
It used to be, yeah. It's all online,
He's
too.
in chemistry.
Mhm.
Like what the hell?
And the math is different, too. They changed everything in the math. So, yeah, man, these are like the ups and downs and all the different directions and chapters of being parents and trying to make it work.
You know what? I'm going to ask you, why are you saying, like, what are tips about? Because people always say, like, oh, you guys, relationship goals. And I'm over here being, like, negative Nancy, be like, you know, you could still cheat on me, or we could still get divorced.
No, why'd you say that?
I just think it's so weird, like.
Why'd you say that? It hurt my feelings.
But people, like, I don't know. I don't think that people should have relationship goals on us.
Why?
I don't know. That's like pressure.
Well, it's like their own relationships. They should work by their own relationships, but they can be inspired
Yeah,
by us. Being-
Maybe, but
Be
worry
inspired
about
by us.
yourself.
Yeah, but that's not nice to say to listeners.
I don't mean it like that. I just think like, why are you saying like, oh, what do you do, or you know?
People
I
ask
don't know.
advice all the time because we have a long marriage, baby, and it's kind of unheard of to be married like almost 24 years
Okay, that's
and
fair.
come from the punk rock scene and being a musician and traveling and everything we do.
Okay, we have
Odds are
1,000
against
strikes
us. Yeah,
you're right.
100%. So it's like people want to know what's the key, and I think the key, like I said before, is laughter, communication, and trust. 100%. And
Going away.
yeah, me going away and coming back. So what happens when the band stops someday and I don't go on tour? You're gonna leave me?
Yes.
So that's the end of it. So in order to keep the marriage alive, we're gonna
Yes,
keep playing shows
You
and
have
keep
to play
touring.
till you're 70.
Fuck, I don't want to keep going that long.
See ya.
That's funny though. I mean, think about that. When the shit's over and shit, it's crazy.
Yeah.
When Max moves out in a couple years.
Think about it like this, though. When you started a band, can you imagine the guys in Coxbar are all in their 60s?
They kill it. I love them so much. Shout out to
How
Coxbar.
insane is that?
And they still kill it. I mean, look at Rolling Stones too. I mean, that's a different genre,
Yeah,
but
but it's
I
totally
know.
different.
Yeah. I mean, 25 years later, and we met 2 years before I even had a band. It's pretty amazing, Mama.
Mm-hmm.
I was a shoe salesman. I was terrible, but whatever. Sold some shoes. And Madonna was there once, I think. Did she go to my store? I think she went to the store once.
I have no idea.
Or maybe her stylist came in there. I feel like we're rambling, so I think we're going to keep continuing this when Max gets home. We're going to pause it and come back to this later and get Max on the podcast.
He's not even born yet. Let's not talk to him yet.
No, we have to talk to him now because we mentioned he already had him already. But I want to say that I remember when Max was born as a doctor, her hands, she had the gloves on, covered in blood. She threw up the west side to me, and I have a picture of it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And you wouldn't let me come. Oh, yeah, when we was having a baby, I'm not allowed to go where her legs are open. I'd stand behind her. She didn't want me to see all the shit coming out, no pun intended. So I stood behind you.
Yeah, but you almost fainted.
I did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Anyway.
I didn't know I almost fainted. I was so emotional. I was fucking wrecked, dude.
I know, but I think it
so
was
emotional, baby.
so much blood.
Yeah, I wanted a boy, too. I didn't want a girl. Sorry, ladies. I was so worried about having a girl. I wanted a boy, and it just fucking happened. It was so awesome. And I got and the moon sent me to get my. Oh yeah, my wife told me to get my wife sent me to get my Johnson snipped. I got a vasectomy, and shout out to Dr. Sachs in Beverly Hills.
There's an appointment for you at 11:00. Show up and be surprised.
No, so I went to get a vasectomy, and Moon came with me.
That was the funniest.
And
thing
I was
ever.
laying on a cold table, with no headphones on, no pillow.
And it sounded like this.
Yeah, and so like you can't really feel anything. They put a needle into your scrotum. And then
snip it, and there's a tray of scissors. Like, why do they need 28 pairs of scissors?
There's like a pop like that, and you film like tighten it up. And I looked up, and Moon's filming and laughing, and this fucking smoke coming from my penis because
it was like
they solder it. Because they solder it, so it's like the smoke coming off it. And this doctor's like, "Who the fuck is this lady?" And that's my wife. She's like filming in here, laughing at me while I'm getting my ding dong soldered.
That was great.
It was crazy, man. And then, not to get too graphic, but I definitely have super sperm, straight edge sperm, because unlike other people, the first time in this guy's history doing these things in like 30 years, it took almost a year.
He said that he did like 30 a day, right? Isn't that true?
I don't know about that.
He said he did like so many.
And it took so long.
And it took like 11 months or something. You had 2 surgeries planned again. Yeah,
they were going to have to recut me open and do it again because he thought in the first time ever it didn't work. But my sperm, my straight edge sperm, I should have saved it and froze it. And sold it to people because it was so potent. Because we did it one time to try to make a baby, and it happened.
I always told Sandra
crazy,
I would give her your sperm.
I should have did that, and it was so powerful that it took almost a year for me to get it to get it out, like get all the stuff out because it was still working.
The nurse said,
crazy.
"I don't mean to be rude, but are you getting it out?"
Yeah, and it was, man. It was crazy. That got a little graphic right here. Sorry, guys, but I did get a vasectomy, and I can't make babies anymore, but. I'm glad we got one, Mama, right, Mama? One and done?
One and done. China roll.
You ever thought about after that, like, we should have had more or no?
I always wanted a boy and a girl.
Yeah, me too.
But
Everybody
I wanted twins, boy and girl, get it done with. And then after having Max and knowing how, like, we've taken him all over the place, I don't think we could have done it with 2.
Yeah.
That I'm glad we only did 1.
Do you think every day is a challenge being a parent at this point, even at 16 years old? Every day is a new thing, or no?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Different
think
chapters.
a lot of people say kids are expensive and it's this and that.
Nah, man.
And like you said,
You
put him on our schedule.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Linda.
Yeah.
Talk shit about us. But he goes to our schedule.
Yeah, and people out there, if you want to have a kid, you can never be mentally or physically or
monetarily
financially prepared for it. If you're in love, just make a baby. Just make the baby and deal with it.
Because you'll never have enough money to either what? Anything.
Yeah, you never have planned out correctly. Just if you love each other, just make the baby and then you take it from there. Don't ever try to be so organized or strategic and all that stuff and the cycle and all that stuff. Just do it and just that's it, man. That's my advice, right, Moon?
Yeah.
And then just raise that baby with compassion because everything starts in the home. And, like my mom said in the original podcast, she was raised in a racist household. That's why she raised her kids to be kind and not see color. And it all happens in the home. Yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah, man, this is me and Moon. We're probably going to pause it and come back because it's Saturday night and we're chilling. And we did a massage and we're chilling. So I'm going to get Max on here and talk about some more stuff soon. And this will be like a part 1 and part 2. And then we'll do the New York one after that. It's my podcast. Do the fuck I want. Sorry. You know what I mean, babe?
Yes.
But like I said, if you guys have any questions for me and Moon, you can DM me and stuff like that after these episodes air. But I think we covered everything. Mama had my list. Anything else you thought about or we get massages that we might have missed? Seriously. Anything, babe. I'm trying to think, man.
Didn't you write it down?
I wrote it down, but I think we got all the stuff over here. And
yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much covered everything. But, yeah. Is there any music I turned you on to? Because you turned me on to a lot of stuff.
No, but
Damn.
since you like rap
Yeah.
and I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, pre 88 or whatever.
Yeah.
You were on tour. It was like the one tour. I think you were in Europe. And
Yeah.
what's his name? Ini Kamosi.
Ani Kamosi. I'm the lyrical gangster murderer.
They were playing
I'm the
that
lyrical
at
gangster murderer.
Webster Hall.
Uh-huh.
And I remember saying, "Hey, you like this song?" And you're like, "How do you know that?"
That's right. But you get more clued into hip hop by working at those plays anyway.
Yeah, but
Toby the Wu-Tang's playing tonight.
Method
Toby
Man.
Brand Newman's playing tonight.
yeah, METHOD.
MTHOD.
And I remember for like I heard that song 7 times a night at the Palladium.
Damn.
And I'm like, what is he spelling? I had no idea.
And then the Wu-Tang played there.
But
Sick.
yeah, that's
Yeah, you came home. We used to come home with all that stuff, and like you knew hip hop.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew it, but I just was like, I just saw the people as pure idiots.
Yeah, you
so
signed
I
off.
didn't like it for that reason.
You signed off after Grandmaster Flash
yeah.
and fucking
The second Run DMC.
African Bambaataa, Run DMC. Yeah, it was last. It was over for you
that
after
was like,
that.
all right, I'm done.
No mumble rap for you.
No.
But you work at the barracks, which is a cool place, a skate park, and sometimes you
What does
get
that have to do with mumble rap?
because you get like rappers come in there and skate and stuff.
Yeah, but it's the coworkers that are under 30 age that like it. That's how I
Interesting.
know
Gotcha,
about that.
babe. Yeah, because I went and saw Rich the Kid there with you. That was really interesting. Remember?
That was so fun.
But Lil Wayne comes there and skates. That's cool.
Yep.
Some
When I show up
hip-hoppers.
to work and it smells like pot, I know Lil Wayne was there.
He's the only one allowed to smoke pot in there, pretty much, probably.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna take a pause. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna take. I think now we're gonna do next. I'm watching my wife
See you next Tuesday.
eat some wife eat some chocolate right now, and we're gonna chill and
I
watch
don't
some.
like chocolate.
Well, whatever the chocolate covered thing you're eating right now. What is it? It's a nutty butter.
Candy.
Moon's eating some old school Little Debbie nutty butters,
Candy.
right, Mama?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for
25
listening.
cents in the deli.
I hope we covered everything you guys wanted to hear, guys. Yeah, my wife played bass in H202 a couple times. Fact. What show is that? Your pink bass. You loaned Adam Blake for his first show. You rocked your pink bass at the PWAC. But you play bass with H2O at the Wetlands, correct?
Wetlands, yeah.
Sick. My love is real. Much love, people. Look her up. Moon Morse, Max Maker. We'll be back soon. Bye. Love you. Hey, guys. Thanks for listening. Please rate, review, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet to this podcast, please do that. And whatever platform you are listening to this on, I'm glad you found me. You can rate me and review me on there also. So thank you guys sincerely for the support. I cannot wait for you guys to the next one.